believe people are going ham already. They are requesting that you have Salem with you tonight, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm in DC, bro. Salem's not here. I do have the picture of Salem I could show you guys. Hold up, right there. There's the picture of Salem and Phoebe.
Oh,
We got to get a Dream picture too, because Dream, before we had Dream, Crystal got me that for like Christmas or my birthday or something.
mm-hmm.
But now we got to add a Dream one because she's not she's not included in like the family thing, and that's my girl. So
Wait, Dream is who now? How come I don't know Dream?
So Dream is we have two cats. The first one was Salem, and the second one was Dream. Dream just showed up at our doorstep, dog.
And you took that bitch in? I would have been like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Bro, it was crazy. So this cute, like tiny little cat showed up at our doorstep. And like, I guess we like maybe left some of Phoebe's food outside or something. I don't remember all the specifics, but she showed up and like Crystal saw her once. I was like, what the I think that's like a cat. And I didn't even get a good look. But then she set up a little camera, and this tiny little cat would come and like eat whatever food we left out. And then there would be like, but the problem is like raccoons and fucking possums and shit would also show up trying to eat the food. And so we see this adorable little cat who's probably like not even a year old was out there
murked by a bear or something.
Out there trying to survive. So what me and Crystal did, as soon as Crystal saw Dream, she was like, we have to save that cat. Like it literally came to our doorstep. Like if we don't save this cat, we're fucked up.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we devised this plan where we opened up the garage like halfway, and I would leave cat food up at the front of the garage where like you enter our house. And so she would walk in and go all the way up to the food, and then I would press the garage door closer, and we look at it on the camera, and I pressed the garage door closer when she was eating the food. And so then we got her stuck in the garage.
Oh, wait, you put the food in the garage?
In the garage, up at the front of the garage.
Damn, you did some like kidnapping shit.
Some Inspector Gadget type ass shit, right?
Kind of smart.
But then what happened was, so we had her in there for like, with cats, it's kind of weird because like they're very particular and they're very sort of independent. So you can't just like open the door and bring her inside and like that's that. So we asked our friend who's like an expert on this what to do. She said, leave her in there for like a couple days, give her food or water, litter box, et cetera, but leave her in there for like a couple days, then bring her into the bathroom and let her have the whole bathroom to herself, then eventually let her out. So anyway, long story short, we ended up, she was in the garage for like 2 or 3 days. Then eventually we brought her in, but we had to find her, and she was hiding like behind this big ass bookshelf.
Probably shook, yeah.
She's so skinny and so good at hiding that we literally, like, she would hide in there, and even looking at the camera, we still wouldn't even be able to figure out where the fuck she was when we went in there. It was insane. So we finally found her. We brought her in, and then we put her in the bathroom, and we left her there for, I want to say it was like 2 weeks until she got comfortable enough. But basically, what happened was over the course of a week or two,
is that enough room for a cat?
Well, so here's in my mind, I was thinking the same thing. Like, she's going to feel like she's in a jail cell. She's going to fucking hate it. But what our friend, who's an expert, said is that a cat would actually prefer to be in a really small area that's enclosed that they feel like is their own. They feel better there than in a big ass, open ass area where they're not sure about where the danger is around them.
True.
And so soon as she said that, I was like, okay, then I'm okay with her like being in there for like 2 weeks. And she was in the bathroom for like 2 weeks. But what would happen is me and Crystal would bring in the food like every day, and we bring her water, and like for like a week she wouldn't let us touch her. We just bring the food and water and just sit there and have her like sort of be okay with our presence. Then after like a week and a half or 2 weeks, slowly she'd be willing to like come out and not hide when we walked in. She'd be willing to like show us that she's there. Then like another week after that, she'd be okay with us just getting a little closer to her. Then a week after that, it's like then she'd let you touch her but not really pet her, only touch her barely.
God damn.
And then now here we are. This shit happened with Dream like, I don't know, like a year ago or something, all this happened. And now we're at a point where she loves me and Crystal. Like, all she wants when we walk in the house is pets. Like, we can walk into the bedroom, she jumps up on the bed, she starts meowing, she wants pets. But anybody else, she fucking runs and hides immediately, even with the kids. The kids walk in, she's like, nah, fuck you. She runs away. She's like, where's Crystal? Where's Kyle? Like, so she let us in a way that was like OD sort of special. Like, she's a very like, particular cat and a scared cat. So, yeah.
This person narrated your whole story. You are a cat expert now, basically.
Apparently, man. Apparently, but yeah, it was something. And then since then, we have seen other cats like that are outside, sort of near our house since then, but they were too far for us to like put out food and have them come up and get it. And
So
so
my question is now, what percentage of you guys would take in another cat if that shit started showing up to your door?
if the shit showed up to our door, I think it's like 100% certainty that we would take it in.
So really?
Well, actually, no, I'm wrong, because there was one other cat that showed up that was, I think, a male cat. Dream is female, but one showed up that was a male cat and was like kind of big and old. And Crystal was sort of like,
fuck that cat.
Crystal's take on it was sort of like, he's definitely surviving outside and he's used to being outside and he's been out there forever.
That's a good reasoning.
With Dream was so young that Dream was not out there that long. So Crystal was like, we got to save that cat. And Dream is also just so fucking cute. It's ridiculous.
So what do you think it is? It's like, is there one cat just breeding other cat? Like a cat comes from somewhere. Like someone must have purchased a cat.
Bro,
right?
What I think happens is there's a lot of woods by our house. And I think like real asshole people, like maybe their cat will get pregnant and have some cats, and assholes will just like dump the cats in the woods. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what happens. That's my guess as to what happens. That's the only thing I could think of, is that people are dumping animals they don't want in the woods there by us, because there's a lot of woods by us. And then, you know, a bunch of them end up wandering around. Some of them come to our doorstep. But yeah, if there's another cute cat that comes to our doorstep, guaranteed Crystal will be like, we got to save that shit.
Damn. So I wonder if, like, can you kind of domesticate like a squirrel or some shit like that? If you had trapped one and then put it in you did the same thing with like a fucking pet that people don't usually have?
So I have seen there's a YouTuber named Paul's Ego who does podcasts with TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist. And he, on one of his, he does these like little live streams at night sometimes where he like smokes weed and just talks to you know, the people watching. And he managed to sort of domesticate a squirrel a little bit, because he would take a peanut and hold it, and then the squirrel would run up on his body, take it, and then run away. And then he would keep doing it. He'd keep taking peanuts, and you'd see the squirrel run up on his body, eat it, and then run away. That's the closest I've ever seen anybody to domesticating a squirrel. Like, at least having the food, putting it up here, and then the squirrel like climbs on your shoulder and is like willing to chill on your shoulder a little bit. That's the most I've ever seen. But I've never seen anybody have a pet squirrel inside. Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's doable. There's certain animals that are just not really doable to domesticate them. I'm not exactly sure why that's the case, but some of them can't really do it.
Yeah, I hate squirrels. My mother-in-law has a bird feeder, and there's just always this squirrel like hanging on that shit, and it's right by my barbecue grill, and I'm always like, some way that shit is gonna like contaminate my barbecue grill just from like being nasty, like eating bird feeder by that shit. Like, just the juices from that is gonna spread to my barbecue set and like set off the next pandemic or some shit. I think squirrels, it's weird that they're not in the same category as like a mouse or a rat. Like, you can kind of look at a squirrel and be like, yeah,
it's the like, fluffy tail. The fluffy tail makes it look like,
right. If they didn't have the fluffiness on that shit.
And also, rats literally cause the bubonic plague. So like, everybody associates rats with illness and disease, and you always see them like going in garbage and shit in New York City. It's fucking disgusting. But with squirrels, you see them like in trees. They got a bushy tail. They're not making anybody sick. So you feel like, oh, look at that cute little fella, you know?
I'm always impressed, and I don't know if I said this, like how a squirrel can go on like a electric wire and just balance beam on that shit like perfectly. You know, like, they should do a study on how their feet grip to that wire like so perfectly that it never, like, I've never seen one take a misstep and like just been hanging on a wire while I'm driving by and just be like, oh shit, look at that squirrel. He's like fucking missed his step and he's just hanging on like with one hand.
Bro,
they're perfectly always on there.
Animals are crazy, man. Like cats literally like always land on their feet. You could drop them from like fucking as high as a basketball hoop and just drop it, and it'll just land on its feet and just run away like nothing fucking happened. Try dropping us from 10 feet. We like break our leg, fucking fall, you know?
It'd be over. Yeah, they should do stuff. I mean, if I'm not a gymnastics coach yet, maybe I will be one day with my track record so far. But
yeah, you've been coach for everything, bro.
I would do studies on like that shit for cats, like how they fall and how their body like finesses to like land on your feet. Is like, that's some impressive ass shit that like they're just born with that trait.
Their animals have a bunch of weird shit. I mean, think about like
Well, elephants, I heard, like bathe themselves by
Using their trunk.
yeah, but I think they like smear shit on themselves or something like that.
I feel like shit is used as like sunblock for a lot of animals, and like like pigs rolling around in shit and rolling around in mud. Like they do that for a reason. They're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like there's got to be some sort of
Yeah, there's
explanation.
got to be some vitamins or something in shit that protects people from I don't know.
Bro, speaking of that, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm obsessed with like fragrances now.
Yeah.
And the more obsessed you get with it, the more you sort of get into this category called niche, people call it. Like there's
Yep.
designer fragrances, which is the ones we think of when we think of them. Then there's niche fragrances. And the further down the rabbit hole you go, people get obsessed with this thing called oud, which is almost like I don't know how to describe it, like a more pure oil of fragrance. So it's like heavier, it's like thicker, it's like more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into that shit, some of the stuff just like, it just smells bad, but they sort of like wearing stuff that smells unique more than smelling good, if that makes sense. And it gets kind of weird. Like I've heard multiple fragrance YouTubers talk about like, yeah, this one has like a fecal touch to it, like a fecal scent. It's like, why are you wearing something that smells like shit?
Yeah.
They talk about there's like a beaver gland, a beaver like anal gland, and they talk about how this one has some of that in it. It's like, bro, what? what are we doing?
I remember when Ray Lewis was trying to come back from an injury. Apparently there was like a deer antler spray or some shit that he used to like for recovery. Like, so they're definitely, I mean, I don't know. I also think that once people start going down rabbit holes, they try to like next level up somebody of like, yeah, fragrances, but you haven't.
You don't know this shit.
Yet.
Yeah.
Like technically, if you smear some shit on you, that's the best type of fragrance. Like, there comes a part of just common sense where it's just like,
come on, man,
doesn't smell good. Like, what are we doing here? That people forget that step of like, no, my smell. Makes sense.
Bro, I've seen people like make fun of fragrance, like a scent, because they go, oh, this one is mass appealing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's bad because a lot of people like it, because a majority of people like it. That's insane. Isn't the whole point to have a scent that like everybody likes? I would rather have a scent everybody likes than a scent nobody fucking likes. It's just it's snobby as fuck,
I feel like that happens. It happens in sneakers too. I mean, like the most popular sneaker of all time. People like, I don't really like this shoe, and I guess I'm in this category that you're speaking of, but there's like the Panda Dunk. It's like black and white. It's just like a basic dunk, black and white, goes with everything. But to everybody in the sneaker community, they're just like, nah, if they have Panda Dunks, like I'm out. And it's like, no, it goes like, to your point, it goes with everything. It's just a black and white shoe. The shit looks good. So why can't we all just agree that it's a common, like it's a good shoe?
Yeah, that's so fucking snobby. It's so snobby to be like, this thing that actually is nice, but a lot of people have, like, please, a lot of people have it. They say that about this Dior Sauvage, fragrance that I actually told my mom to get me it for Christmas, because it's like it's one of those ones. I watched a video where like they did a blind test and they put Dior Sauvage on the shit and they had women smell it.
Oh, I
think
I've seen this type of shit. Yeah. Well, I've seen it with like cake or something.
They showed all these clips of women being like, fucking, I hate Dior Sauvage. It's the fucking worst. It's a fuck boy fragrance. If a guy's wearing that shit, he's like a piece of shit, horrible guy. Like, I hate that smell. It's too powerful. It's this, it's that. Then they cut to the blind test and it's Dior Sauvage. And every single one is like, this is the best smelling shit I've ever smelled in my life. And it's like, bro, come on. It's the same shit with the fucking panda shits you were talking about. Like, they look good. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, that's fine. It's okay to like mass appealing shit.
How well do you think you do on one of those blind tests where like, could you tell an expensive fragrance from like a $20 fragrance? Like, is there a difference?
I mean, yeah. So the cheaper fragrance is probably going to be more mass appealing. A super expensive fragrance is probably going to be more powerful and a little more niche. Yeah, I probably could tell niche from designer, because niche is going to smell worse. Generally, there's some that like walk that line, which is like, it's niche, but it's also mass appealing. Those are probably really good ones. But a lot of niche ones, I think, will be a little maybe a little too powerful or a little too different that like it won't immediately hit. It's like an acquired taste. So I probably could tell the difference. I was gonna say I wouldn't be good at this, but me and Crystal were holiday shopping, Christmas shopping, and we went to like Ulta and we went to Sephora and they got the whole fragrance section, and I was like fucking heaven smelling all the shits. And there was this woman that walked up to me and she was like a mom, I would say maybe like 60 years old, 55, 60 years old, something like that. And she was trying to buy a fragrance for her son, I think. And she was like, he's 21 years old, this and that. She had a list of 3 ones. And she was asking me about it. And I was giving her answers. She's like, what about this one? I was like, oh, Stronger With You Intensely. That's like a fucking gourmandy sweet, almost like a dessert, like you want to eat it type shit. And she was like, what about this one? I was like, that one's similar to like Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. It's got the same DNA. So it's sort of like metallic and musky and masculine. And for his age group, that's probably a good one. Mm-hmm. And so we were talking. And by the end of it, she was like, do you work here? I was like, no, I'm just a dude who like I'm really into fragrances right now. And she was like, you're so helpful. And so that was the first time I felt like, oh shit, I'm actually like you off. Crystal was standing right there. But it was I felt like, oh shit, I'm actually learning shit with all the videos I'm watching on it and stuff, where I felt like I'm not really learning anything. It turns out I was, and I probably know more than most people who sell at like a perfume counter. You know?
Probably like really enjoy like there's like a part-time job at like a Sephora or like some like
I don't know about that.
Open up like one of those little like they have those cologne perfume stores in the malls, and I always feel like no one's in those shits, and I always question like how they stay in business. Every time I walk by there, there's just money behind it. There's got to be something going on, right? Like
totally some drug laundering, money laundering type shit, because there's one at our mall and it's the same shit. Like on a very busy day, there was like 2 people in there, but on any given day throughout the year, there's fucking 0 people in there. It's like, how the fuck is this staying in business?
And I mean, I don't know how they like, yeah, it's probably real, but how do I know if I'm buying some real shit from them? You know, like they could be buying the shit in Chinatown, same box, same bottle, and like selling it to me for whatever the real price is. And I just got to like take their word that it's real because it's at the mall and I'm not in Chinatown.
Bro, some of the knockoffs though are kind of good. Like there's videos on this. Some they're not that great, but then there's others that like smell almost exactly like the main shit. And so like, God bless, man, if people want to get some knockoffs, for me, there's certain things where I'm committed to the cheap shit, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I have 2 nice watches that Crystal got me. Mm-hmm. So like other people bought me my nice shit.
Yep.
Myself, I got 1 watch that I was wearing today, actually. That's a fucking Walmart watch.
I got a Walmart watch too, and that shit has gotten people to say like, what type of watch is that? And it doesn't say Walmart on it. Doesn't like a lot of those stores. I was at Goodwill. Shout out to Goodwill, man. Goodwill right now is getting a lot of love. There was like some lady gave a TED talk. Oh no, it was a comedy sketch. My sister sent me. It was this country ass dude, and he was on stage, and he was like, "You guys like these pants?" He was like, I went to Goodwill, I picked them up, and they're name brand. And I went home. My wife was like, I just sent those pants to Goodwill 2 weeks ago. He was like, 3 times I bought these pants. But I forgot what I was going to say. But so I was at Goodwill and they had this jacket that was kind of dope. So I like took a picture of it. Okay, if you take a picture of something on Google, it'll show you like all the related images, so you can find out like what an item is. And it was a Walmart jacket, and I was like, yo, shout out to Walmart for like always having some bangers, like shit that like they don't put fucking Walmart on it. They don't put like you're broke as fuck on it. Like they come up correct and like we'll just unbrand that shit.
So for me, the shit that I'm totally cool with it being fake cheap shit. Number 1, right here, the earrings.
Yeah, the earrings. Yeah, those were the Kubrick zirconiums were always a go-to.
Bro, this hoop right here, dog. This shit right here is like fucking 5 Dzacs, 10 Dzacs from Claire's. This fucking shit right here, same thing, like $10 at Claire's. Like, also, I don't know if I'm actually wearing one of. Yeah, I am wearing one of my necklaces right now. This shit, fake as a motherfucker.
Just dog. One of those like mall shits, right? Like,
mall shits, $20, whatever the fuck it was. So I stand on when it comes to jewelry. I prefer fake. I don't want to wear some shit that costs like fucking $1,000 or more. That's crazy to me to spend that amount of money on fucking jewelry. Is crazy.
I just saw a video. Yeah, I saw a video today. It was this guy. He looked like a meathead, but it was actually a pretty like good video. And he was like, someone asked me why I wear my Rolex in the gym. And he was like, because you got to wear this stuff. You know, you got to wear this stuff. When are you going to use it? Well, you know, like you have defined things, use them. And then he was like talking about fine china, and he was like, if you're having dinner, I don't know why he spoke like this. He was like, if you're having dinner, he was like, don't wait till the next one to break out the fine china. He was like, just break it out now. He was like, you might not even make it to the next shit. So he was like, I was like, you still don't want to work out in like a Rolex. Like, buy
That's
some
crazy,
fake
dog.
shit and work out with it, you know?
Yeah, there's certain things. So I like, for real, I want Jordans that are real, but like a real pair of Jordans are not. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not like insanely expensive.
Yeah,
like
and someone will clown you. Like if your Jordan Jumpman logo like has a soccer ball in his hand or some shit,
right? Then you're asking for it. So, and like I said, I like the designer fragrances and not the niche ones. The niche ones get crazy expensive, and also they don't smell as good. Like there's, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I like that's real other than Jordans. Like, is there anything that I insist must be real? Even sunglasses. Most of my sunglasses are cheap ass gas station sunglasses, but I do have a couple pairs of Ray-Bans, and I stand on them shits. Those shits are amazing.
Ray-Bans are fire. You got us a pair for the bachelor party, for the groomsmen.
You still wear those?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Bangers. I want to get the meta glasses. I don't know when I'd use them, but just like to say I got them.
Yeah. No, those things could be cool, man. Those things could be cool.
I'm trying to think what else fit. Like, my daughters don't know the difference, but like all of their toys, when we go to the dollar store, it's like pick out whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. And they got toys in there that are just probably as like their Barbie dolls are just as good as like a regular ass Barbie.
I know, like my mom is like the other end of the spectrum where she like has to have everything like
name brand shit,
top level, and it's like, why?
Yeah,
you know, like what's the point?
I won't buy. Like, I gotta have Frosted Flakes. I can't have like.
Oh, you don't want the cheap ones? Oh,
yeah, like
you know what else too? The toilet paper. I will purposely try to get the most expensive toilet paper.
You could feel the difference, like toilet paper. I feel like whatever.
100%. Good ass like Charmin versus like the dollar store toilet paper, bro. The dollar store toilet paper is like sandpaper on your asshole. You know, you sort of got to splurge on toilet paper. That's the one shit where everybody's got to go. You know what? Like sometimes paying more is actually getting more, and sometimes paying more is they're tricking you, and it's like the snob effect.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And I feel like toilet paper is solidly in the the more you pay, the better the experience is. You know,
that's valid. My I clearly can notice that the bagel place that I like, their napkins are fucking horrible. And like I always need napkins with my bagel because I want to wipe my face, but it's literally not enjoyable to like wipe my face with their napkins because it's like paper. So to like your point, it's like spend a couple extra bucks and get like some good quality napkins on the shit. Cause like I'm a customer and I noticed that shit. Goldberg's, like, get your fucking napkin shit together, bro. But yeah, no, to your point, I do feel a difference on some like good quality toilet paper. But then I'm also like, should I not fucking OD as much on it? And like, cause like if it's cheap toilet paper and I'm at like a school or something, I'm bundling that shit down. Like I'm getting like a stack for days to wipe my ass.
Oh, for sure.
Good toilet paper, I might have to like, and if it's at my crib, especially, I'm only doing a couple twirls.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But it's still gonna be like a coarse feeling, even if you have a lot of the toilet paper or the cheap one.
That's true.
Because I've had both throughout my whole life. Everybody has experience with both the cheap and the expensive toilet paper. And I think it's universal. Everybody knows, like, nah, this one you got to spend a little more. When you think of something like wine, right? Like, there's the wine snobs that are like, this bottle costs $17,000 and it's a 1908 California Vineyard Special. And it's like, you drink that. They've done taste tests, and like literally the cheap ass $15 bottle of wine, people are like, this one is my favorite of like 5 wines that they tried, and some of them are $1,000 bottles. So it's like, you know, for something like that, you feel like, nah, just go cheap. Just go with what tastes good, you know?
I know we mentioned soda and RC Cola as being okay, but
I haven't had it in a while. I want to try it again. I haven't had it in a hot minute.
RC Cola is one that I feel like is solid. Like, it does the job. It's been around for a hot minute. Like, RC Cola low-key might have been like the original soda, like, and just got like out moneyed by Coca-Cola and Pepsi and shit like that. But my brother-in-law just had a party for his daughter, and they had like some generic ass soda at the shit, and I was like, I could taste the like syrup in it. Like it didn't
Oh.
hit. And it was like it said like just cola on it, and it was like a red bottle, and I was
Ooh.
like, this shit is too artificial tasting for me.
You know, a lot of people say that the fountain sodas, they like them more than the sodas in a can because of the syrupy shit. I remember when I used to work at the driving range, the golf range, we had this fucking, like, it would be the old school shit where like you get the syrup and the fucking seltzer that go in at the same time to make.
Oh,
The
you had to make your own soda shit?
No, I mean, it comes out, it like, you press it into the thing, and there's
Oh, it
two
just comes out at
squirts.
the same time.
At the same time, it comes out. But, like, the syrup was in that bitch. Like, you were straight up having...
So it was
like
good or no
old
good?
school-
Was it too strong?
It tasted good, but to your point, there definitely was a little bit of a, like, you know, the syrupy effect where, like, you get to the bottom and you could taste a little syrupy. But, like, some people swear they want a McDonald's fucking fountain Diet Coke or whatever the fuck. And is that and is that better to you than a Dr. Pepper in a can? See, there you go. So you like the fountain ones better.
I just told this to Molly yesterday, and I have this on the screen because I'm only drinking Dr. Pepper. If there's some shit called Dr. Thunder and like people are saying it was good, I wouldn't even try it. Like I need to have the OG Dr. Pepper. Like
have you ever tried
Dr. Thunder?
I haven't heard of Dr. Thunder, but I'm about to look it up right now.
That shit sounds like some, what was the stuffing or some shit? It sounds like some made up shit.
Oh, okay. So it looks like it's straight up a Dr. Pepper knockoff.
What knockoff? Yeah. See, I can't. Like, I need to have my straight Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Now here's the other thing, right? I think there's like a Mr. Pibbs?
Mr. Pibb.
Now that shit is good. Have you ever had Mr. Pibb? I feel like they did a little fucking. It's not like it's a straight up ripoff in the same way that what's that shit called?
Cherrier, right?
You know that shit Starry?
Yeah.
The drink Starry. So at first when I saw that, I was like, that's a Sprite knockoff. That's a 7-Up knockoff. It's going to be some generic ass shit. But then I tried it and I was like, this shit is pretty good and kind of different. So I fucked with Starry. I also fucked with Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb was a little different. It wasn't just trying to be on some I'm Dr. Pepper type shit, you know?
Yeah, Mr. Pibb, I feel like has kind of has fucking weathered the storm pretty well because it's in a lot of vending machines, or it's in a lot of like vending machines, one, and also push machines at random shit. Like it'll be like Sprite, Coca-Cola, Powerade, you know, some other generic shit, Diet Coke, and then it'll just be like Mr. Pibb, and I'm just like, how the fuck did Mr. Pibb make it on here?
How do you earn his way on that shit? Yeah.
So like something Mr. Pibb's got to be doing something right if that shit has made it to the fucking mountaintop of being on fountain sodas at like some official ass shits.
For a hot minute, I feel like Starry was making a move too, where they were fucking everywhere,
super hard.
Didn't they? I feel like, did they like sponsor the NBA?
They were everywhere at the NBA
All-Star game. I feel like they sponsored the whole NBA All-Star game or some shit.
They did like everything. It was the.
But
like
then didn't they fall off? I haven't seen them in a hot minute now. They were everywhere. Then I haven't seen them in like a year now.
I haven't seen them as much. I feel like it was like Sierra Mist and then Starry, and then like they both fell off a little bit, and then like Sprite kind of came back, you know.
Oh, Sprite. Yeah, I feel like Sprite never left, dog.
Sprite never left, but it also like took a back seat to Sierra Mist and Starry for a hot second. And now I feel like it's back, and those other two have kind of fell off. You know what has kind of died off between like the next generation of kids?
What?
Orange soda.
That's wild because that was my
orange soda anymore.
Bro, that was my goat. That was my goat.
That's what I'm saying. Tell you, like it's kind of forgotten. Like it's kind of forgotten. It's gonna get phased out soon, bro.
When I tell you that as a kid, my goat ass every Friday, my mom would get pizza. We'd have pizzas every Friday, right? And Kel loves orange soda, and that's the greatest show of all time. I stand on that until my dying day. Keenan and Kel is the greatest show ever made in history.
You know, I met him, right? I sent you that photo, right?
I know, yeah. This is what we so got to do that video with you.
I forgot about that one.
You got fucking Kel, man. Like that's amazing. But I used to every Friday we'd get Deanna's Pizza in New Rochelle, New York. Shout out to Deanna's. I hope you're still around, Deanna's. It probably is. I feel like it hasn't gone anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Especially because his son was also going to take it over, and his son is like our age. You know, like we went to school with his son. Yeah, his son is like our age, and his son was definitely going to take it over from his dad whenever his dad retires.
Imagine just inheriting a fucking banger of a pizza shop and just being like, here are the keys.
Banger of a pizza shop. And so what I would get at Deanna's, I would get a Sicilian slice. I'd get a Sicilian slice, and I would get I think it was actually called Orange Slice,
I think
orange
so.
soda.
Orange.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Did I get that right? Is it Orange Slice? I'm gonna look
Slice
that
was
up
one.
too.
Crush was one. But I
I
think
I
you're
got
right.
Slice.
Slice. And it was it in a can?
I think it was. It was either a can or a bottle. Yeah, it was an Orange Slice, and it was a can. It was a can for sure. Yeah, and I
I
see
do
the one
remember
right here,
orange, and that shit was like sharp, right? Like the orange just like
bro.
hit you, like it was bubbly. I could taste it.
Bro, it was so good, and it worked so good with the Sicilian pizza. Every Friday was just heaven. So if orange soda falls off, dog, that's like the end. That's like I might have to commit seppuku. Like it might be a wrap on my life because that's like the goated shit to me, man. Like
I mean,
orange
but how
soda is my
often do you
go-to.
go somewhere and like? I feel like when I lately, like we've been the people that have brought in soda to like the parties we've been going to. Like we were sodas for Thanksgiving, we were sodas for a Friendsgiving, and I just feel like I'll see orange soda on the shelf, and I'll admit I'm a bad, keeper aliver of the orange soda because I'll look at that shit and I'm like, I fuck with that shit heavy, but like if I put that on a table with Coke, Diet Coke, a Sprite, I don't think it gets that much love. Like Dr. Pepper gets eaten. That shit is like super crack for
Yeah,
everybody.
facts.
Someone's always gonna have some Diet Coke. Sprite's like the clear shit that someone's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll have some soda. It's clear. I'm not gonna drink soda. And
Mm-hmm.
then maybe root beer gets, there's a little crowd for root beer. Like if Molly's at a
Mm-hmm.
thing, there's a little crowd for her where she's like, yeah, I'll have a cup of root beer. But orange soda is one of those where I feel like it's like you bring it, it's just gonna be sitting there.
Bro, Crystal has bought this stuff. It's A&W root beer, but it's zero caffeine, zero sugar. And I'm not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not having sodas with caffeine and sugar and shit.
Yeah.
And so when I had that shit, I was like, this is insane because it tastes just like a fucking root beer packed full of the sugar and packed full of the caffeine. It's fucking amazing. So
Sometimes
shout out to that one. Shout out to A&W root beer with fucking zero caffeine and zero
see,
sugar because they're
Molly's
holding it down.
Molly likes Barks. That's her root beer.
Oh yeah, Barks. I've had Barks before. I feel like Barks cream soda is better to me than Barks fucking root beer, in my opinion. I would say.
She
But
likes the fact that it's like a peppery or stronger taste.
so I thought, tell me if this is crazy, because I thought back in the day when I had Dr. Pepper, in my mind, I was always thinking like, damn, I'm like the only person who's going for this. Nobody else really knows that much about this Dr. Pepper shit. And I thought I was a G. Like nobody's getting Dr. Pepper. They're getting
No, you
Coca-Cola.
were.
They're getting
No one
Pepsi.
got Dr. Pepper back in the day.
Back in the day, right? And so I felt like a genius because I was like, people don't even know this shit is banging.
Dr. Pepper is so goated, bro. Like
So
it's
good.
so goated. Yeah, if you were on that shit back in the day, you were definitely ahead of the times. Because I feel like I said, I think orange soda starts to get phased out, and the younger generation now is fucking with Dr. Pepper heavy. Like I feel like Dr. Pepper and country music are starting to infiltrate like regular fucking like society, and people are like, yeah, it's okay, we'll accept it now. Whereas in the past, if you were in New York and you try to infiltrate with some country music and Dr. Pepper, people would be like, nah, this motherfucker's an alien or some shit.
Bro, country music, I feel like I forget the dude's name. People can say in the comments, but there's some dude who they said sort of does like this hybrid of like country music and hip hop. And now you hear like when I went to that X golf place where you play indoor golf, they always play country music. And all the country songs now, they're more like a hybrid of country and pop or country and hip hop.
Yeah.
And so that's how they sort of broke through in a sense where now you even, like Beyonce made her country album. There were some other artists that made their country album. Justin Timberlake tried to make a country album. Like everybody tried to make their country album, and country has become more accepted on some fucking mainstream shit in like the cities. No, not Kid Rock. Not Kid Rock.
Well,
but
Post Malone did a country music shit too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like I remember hitting golf shots in that X golf place and being like, every fucking country song now doesn't really sound like a country song. It's like a country hip hop or country pop shit. And like
it's that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's right. It got to a point where it's like everybody could sort of be like, okay. Back when we were younger, country music was like country music, and it's sort of like it wasn't hitting.
Yeah, I was driving back from Rochester on the day after Thanksgiving, and like I feel like randomly in upstate New York, the only shit that gets through the fucking radio airwaves is country. And I was like, this isn't that bad. And now this is kind of cheating, but they've always like they're taking super goated songs from the past and like just putting a country twist on it. And so it's gonna be a banger regardless. And they've done that with like there's one that's like last no, I don't know if that's a country shit.
Skinny dipping after dark.
Yeah, no, that's just stuck in my head, but I don't think
Okay.
that's the song. I forgot what song it was, but it's like a fucking popular old ass song that they turned into a country shit that like is gonna be a banger because it was originally a banger. And I feel like a lot of country songs do that. But yeah, low key, a lot of them were starting to stick. But yeah, that Dr. Pepper, I feel like the one that really hasn't broke through yet is like some NASCAR shit. Like you can't catch me sitting down watching cars fucking go around.
Yeah, it's the crazy thing is too, it's so fucking popular, like in the middle of the country. NASCAR is giant. But while we're talking about music, Crystal was getting her hair done over the weekend when we were in New York. We went to the city and did a bunch of shit in the city.
Yeah, you went to the Knicks game,
which was dope, by the way. It was fucking awesome. But
so did anyone spot you there? Because I feel like New York is like your.
They actually didn't. No, nobody stopped us during the Knicks game. No.
Okay.
But so when she was getting her hair done, there was a song that played that I was like, oh, this shit is kind of good. So I used this Shazam thing, and it told me what the song is. It's great. It's awesome. So like I was like, oh, this is a nice song. I haven't fucking heard this. Like, let me listen to it. And you want to talk about a moment where you go, holy fucking shit, am I old and not up to the times? Because I looked up the year that song came out. It came out 9 fucking years ago. And to me, I was like, I never heard this shit before. It's like, how did I not fucking hear this shit? You know?
What was the shit?
Oh, it was like Billie Eilish's first song. Her shit, it's called Ocean Eyes. Ocean Eyes.
I might have heard that shit.
It's a vibe. It's like a fucking it's really good.
Billie Eilish is the one I think did the Barbie album. She sings the How do you do?
I kind of want to say yes because the way you sang is kind of like how she sings. So I think that's right. Yeah. Remember, speaking of, sorry to cut you off.
No, go.
Because you did. You remember when we did we were doing trivia. Yeah, we were doing trivia. And there was some shit about like this singer's son is also a famous singer or something. And I was like, we were trying to figure out who it was. And then I sang the way the person sings, and your dad goes, Bob Dylan, it's Bob Dylan. You remember that? And we actually got it right. We got it right. Yeah. Because it was like, I forget what the question was, but it was something like this singer's son is also a famous singer. And
damn, you knew Bob Dylan had a son that sang?
No, I didn't know that. But I think they said the name of the band or something, and based off that, it was like the Wallflowers, and I was like, I can drive you home with one headlight, and then your dad goes, that's Bob Dylan, it's Bob Dylan. So he could tell it was Bob Dylan based off the son singing in a way that sounds similar to Bob Dylan and me copying the son.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we were you sent me the thing the other day that like we were like reigning champions at fucking trivia, like 8 in a row or some shit.
We used to beast. I mean, you were a beast at it. Everybody played their role perfectly, and we had one dude, this guy John K. I won't say his last name. I don't know if he wants to, but like he was a savant, dude. Like he would answer shit that I was like, you could be on Jeopardy, dude. Like the shit that he knew.
Facts.
So he would hold us down for a while, but like you were a beast at it. My dad had like the geography old school, like kind of like history shit kind of like down a little bit. But those are fine times. But
I feel like everybody was good. Everybody contributed. Your brother was great. I feel like, you would
ran this
hit us with sports shit.
But he would come up with questions that were just next level. Like he would do such a good job of like coming up with questions that were like made you think to a point where it's like either you had it or you didn't have it. And like it was in there somewhere because it was kind of like mainstream enough that we all like knew about it or should have known about it. And it was in there somewhere in someone's mind. It's just you had to fucking pluck that shit. And that's what like a good trivia master does, bro. Is like they fucking dig for some shit that like you really got to find.
That shit was fun, man. That shit was fun as fuck. I remember that. And I used to get those chili cheese fries or whatever it was. Woo, I love those shits.
Chili cheese fries were banging. Those were I never listened to Bob Dylan, but apparently like apparently he's got bangers, bro. Like I know he's Bob Dylan, but I've never really like fucked with Bob Dylan enough to be like, let me put on Bob Dylan. Because I don't think it like when I'm driving, I want some shit that like I can, bang my head to and kind of like really enjoy. I feel like his shit was always just like nasally and just like telling some story shit that happened in like the 1970s or 80s where I was like, I don't give a fuck about like you driving this pickup truck and like, but apparently people fuck with him heavy.
So I don't have any Bob Dylan songs in my phone, but I do have the song I was just singing, One Headlight from the Wallflowers, his son's group, and I have another song from his son's group.
Shit.
6th Avenue Heartache is the other song I have from the Wallflowers, his son's group. So I like his son shit, I guess.
Wait, his son was in the because the Wallflowers was a famous band. They sang like some popular shit.
His son was the lead singer of the Wallflowers. Yeah.
Wow.
So the whole
Wallflowers was like popular.
Yeah, in the 90s they were big. They were pretty big in the 90s. They had some hits. That's how I knew that One Headlight song. It
was like the Wallflowers. It was like Smashing Pumpkins. There was a lot of like those bands, and No Doubt was like another one, Green Day, that like all fit into that same genre of just like
alternative rock,
alternative bangers.
Rock.
Like you're gonna buy our CD, and we're gonna hit you with like 3 or 4 bangers that just are fucking dope ass songs.
But how crazy is that a song that I never heard from a popular ass artist was from fucking 9 fucking years ago? I was like, God damn it, that's so crazy. I'm so old,
Yeah.
So disconnected.
Yeah, one of the girls on the fencing team said she was born in 2008, and I was like,
come on, man.
Like what? Like 2008, I remember
we were about to graduate college. Like we were close to graduating college at that time.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, and we've said this, like I don't feel 37. I was actually like driving today and I was like, it's so young, but it's also old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like 37 years on this planet, and like I'm a father, and I'm like, I've only been here 37 years. Like I don't know all this shit. Don't ask me. Like ask someone who's been here for 60 years, like double my shit. Like they've seen some shit. Like 37 years is enough time to still be like, nah, I haven't seen that yet. I've only been here for 37 years,
But then when you hit 60, you're going to be like, I don't really know that much shit, like it's always a goal moving type thing. Because when I'm telling you, when I was a kid, I always had a rule. Like it's once you're 30 and up, you are undeniably like a full ass grown ass adult.
Really? I was thinking that to myself, and I was like, I'll give myself 40. Like 40 is the number that I'm like, all right, you're 40. You should know that shit by now.
How did you feel when you turned 30? Did you have that moment of like, oh my God, I'm fucking 30 now?
No, because I was literally driving like yesterday, I think it was, and I was like, I'm 37. Like that, like that's fine. Like that's young. And I thought the same shit. I was like, I basically was just born. Like, how am I a dad? I'm 37.
So I think I've told this story before, but my whole life, I never was one to think about age or care about age at all. I was never one to think or care about age at all. But my last 30 minutes of being 29 years old, I literally sat there and stared at the clock. And I was thinking like, holy shit, man, I'm never going to be in my 20s again for the rest of my life. I'm going to hit 30. And 30 is some shit where if you do some dumbass shit and you're 30, nobody feels bad for you. Nobody's like, he's just a kid. You could even get away with, he's just a kid. Even at 29, sometimes people will be like, well, he's in his 20s, But you're 30 and up, and it's like, pay your taxes, shut the fuck up, be responsible. Nobody cares if you got a fucking headache or a tummy ache or some shit. Like, shut the fuck up. The world doesn't give a shit. Nobody's going to baby you. Nobody's going to mother you. Like, you just got to fucking suck it up and push through that shit. And so for me, 30 and up, and I will say, so when I turned 30, I had that moment of like, oh my God, I'm fucking turning 30. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. But every year since then, it's whatever. Because to me, there's no difference between 30 and 37. Like, we're basically the same because we're in our 30s. You know what I'm saying? That's so like 31, 32, 33, 34, it's just like whatever. Like, to me, there's no difference between those shits. And I don't even think 40, to be fair, I don't even think 40 is going to hit me hard. Because to me, the big thing was,
hit me hard.
To me, the big thing was once it's 30, it's a wrap. You're an adult. Like, it's over. There is no more leeway, no nothing. So once you hit that line, everything else is just, it's all whatever. It's all the same shit to me. So 40, I'm probably not even going to give a fuck. It's going to be like, whatever. I won't even think twice about it.
Yeah. Like, I'm just thinking about when you buy the number candles. Like, when you're buying a 30 number, I'm like, 3 is like, it's still towards the front half of a 1 to 10 scale. You know, like 4 is like, you're pushing it. Once you get to 50 and 60, it's a wrap. Like, you're basically dead. So, like,
yeah, but as like, and to your point, when you're 50 or 60 or older than that, it's like you might get a little pain or something, and your brain immediately goes to, oh, that might be cancer. I could die. Like, you know, when you're younger, if you feel a little pain somewhere, you don't give a fuck. You're just like, that's fine. Like, I'll be fine, right? But if you're old enough,
cancer.
If you're old enough and you feel some sort of a pain, you're just like, oh, I'm dead. Like,
I'm basically fucking Alzheimer's.
It could be anything. It could be like your back hurts in the morning. You're like, oh, that's definitely something that's going to kill me. You could have a little pain in your arm. You're like, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. You know?
I just saw Rodney Harrison was doing Sunday Night Football, and people were clowning him because, like, Tony Dungy is the other announcer, and fuck him because he's super, like, conservative now, and he's come out and, like, he's like pro-Trump and all this shit. And I used to like him.
Christ.
But, like, the announcer asked him a question, and he was like going off on a tangent, and then he was like, Rodney, what do you think? And he was just like staring at him. He was like, what? What did you ask me? Like, and he kind of just crashed out. So he repeated the question. He answered it in like a 1-word sentence, and people were like, yo, I think he just had like a mini stroke on air, bro. Like,
Max.
That doesn't happen when you're, 25, 35.
Facts.
Like, that shit just happens when you're older because your body is just like, we're just going to have a mini stroke because you're older now. And that's just supposed to happen because your body just does that type of shit now.
Yeah, that's fucked up to think, like, it doesn't even matter how much on top of your health you are and shit. Like, at some point, your body's like, yeah, you're done. Like, I'm done with you. And that's crazy that your body could just turn on you like that. You know? By the way, you said mini strokes. That's the speculation that's what Trump was having. Remember when he disappeared for like a week out of nowhere? Remember that? He was gone for 6 days. Nobody knew where the fuck he was.
Yeah.
That was the speculation, is that he had a mini stroke because after that, he had the bruises on his hand where he was getting these injections of these IV things. He was walking weird. He couldn't walk in a straight line. When he was like falling asleep at a public event, and his mouth on one side would like hang down to the side. And he just went for an MRI too. Yeah. And when they asked him what it was for, he said something like, what was it for? I don't know what it was for. What was it for? It definitely wasn't the brain. That's what he said. Like, please, people think it's definitely the fucking brain, you know?
That was the first sign. And to me, those press conferences on the plane are so weird. He just stands in like a doorway, and then they're just like fucking like rallied together right outside of it. Like,
weird as fuck.
Wait till he lands and we don't have to listen to like the background airplane
engine and shit.
Yeah, like, why is it that important to get the sound clip while he's fucking flying? One, like, to his defense, like that one seems a little like, wait till he lands or some shit. But that was the first time, the first moment where I was like, that looks like some Biden shit. Like, because he was like, he tried to like call back when he what was it? When he said the phone call he had was like a beautiful phone call or something.
Yeah, the perfect phone call.
But like, it wasn't smooth how he tried to call it back. Like,
that
was like when I had the perfect phone call, and it was like, yo, like, that was kind of cringy how you try to just like bring that. But like, that was the first moment where I was like, yo, he's having some like old moment right now.
He also has been crashing out on the next level where remember when he screamed, he said "quiet piggy" to the fucking
was crazy that
shit was crazy. And then he also crashed out on another reporter, and he was like, "What are you, stupid? What are you, a stupid person?"
The Newsmax lady or some shit. He was like, "That's why you guys."
And the way he said it, like, and the point I made about it is like, if he said some shit like that back in like 2016, to your point, it would have been more smooth. It would have been like he did with like Megyn Kelly when he was like, you called women fat pigs, and he goes, only Rosie O'Donnell, and then he got a big laugh from the audience. Like, there was something smooth about it. And he was like, and Megyn Kelly, she's bleeding from her mouth, she's bleeding from wherever. There was a thing where it was like, you knew he knew what he was doing. But in this instance, you get the sense, no, he's just crashing out because he has zero fucking patience because his brain is not fucking working well and he's old, you know?
Yeah, that again, that was the first time. And like, even at the end of it, he like went back to that reporter and he was like, I forgot how he like closed it out, but he was like, and you too, or something. Like, it was like kind of like weird. Like, seemed personal, whereas in the past it was always some playful mean shit to it, where it was like,
Yeah, and now it's just
okay,
mean. It's not.
now it's
There's
just
no playfulness.
mean. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very
where
weird. It's very gross. It's like, remember when he talking about those senior moments. Remember when he said that during the Revolutionary War, the soldiers took over the airports? And then he said that shit in a speech. I think it was at the end of like his first term. And then Rogan had talked about this on air, and he said, Joe Biden said that. And then Jamie had to correct him and say, no, Biden didn't say that. Biden was calling out Trump for saying that. And then they played the clip, and Rogan went from saying like, oh, this guy is so fucking cooked, his brain is gone. When he thought Biden said it, he was like, this guy's got to fucking go. It's crazy. His brain is gone. And then when Rogan learned that Trump said it, he was like, oh, well, he messed up his words. So he fucking totally changed his standard when it was Trump versus Biden. It was so fucking gross.
On the flip side of that, though, I've seen too many posts now with people trying to like normalize Joe Biden. Like, oh, I was just walking on my plane and I happened to see Joe Biden sitting on like my regular ass flight, and they like take a selfie with him. I'm like, there was another one where a lady was like in her Delta lounge, and she was like, I was just sitting in the Delta lounge and I looked to my side and Joe Biden's sitting there. I'm like, stop. Like, you could just call the guy old. Like, you don't have to like try and front like he's all fine and shit now. So
Also,
on the flip side, there's been a lot of those that I've seen where it's just like, we know he's fucking in bad health. Don't try and play me like you just happen to see him at your fucking local McDonald's.
Didn't they casually admit like a few months ago that he has stage 4 cancer?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Bro, that's what my dad had before he fucking died like in a week. Like that's bad. That's like you're really fucking close to the end. You know? Stage 4, like it's a matter of time, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it can't be fucking good at all. But on the flip side of that fucking Bernie's out with like Zoran doing like Starbucks protests and shit. And like I looked at a picture of him today and I was like, this dude looks younger. I was like, Bernie looks like he's aging backwards.
Bro, he never stops. The thing about Bernie is he's always looked old. Like literally ever since I remember, literally in like the Obama era in like 2008, 2010. Like I know who he was. He was always awesome. And it would just be like, oh, that Bernie, that's the old guy. That was what I was saying in 2010, dog. That is fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So like he's always looked that way. No, he didn't run. He ran the first time in 2016 for president.
And that still was dumb long. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. That was fucking 10 years ago. But I mean, he looks the same as he looked in 2016. You know, he had that heart thing. He had like a heart problem, a heart attack. Maybe it was on the campaign trail. Yeah, that was in 2020. I want to say. Oh, but then he had the heart attack. He was in the hospital. AOC endorsed him. Then he goes out on the campaign trail right after, and his numbers go up. So he had a heart attack and his numbers went up. So Bernie was
back like a week later or some shit. It was like a couple of days
right away. It was OD crazy.
Fuck. Yeah, he was. If I ever have a heart attack, I'm out for the count. Like, don't like.
It depends what kind. You know, like there's some that are not as bad as others. There's some that are, you know, not as big of a deal. If you catch it early, it could, you know, it could be not that big a deal. But if it gets to a certain point, then it's a big deal. But he just never stops. He just never stops. You know.
Yeah. Like, yes, I wanted to. I mean, speaking of heart attacks, I had before we got on air, I had the McValue meal from McDonald's. Shout out to that shit.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
You get a double cheeseburger. I get just ketchup on that shit. They give you 4 nuggets, fries, and a soda, all for $6.
That's pretty solid.
It's kind of a banger. But here's the thing: the guy gave me my bag, and like his hand touched my hand, and his shit was like kind of like wet and like. I don't want to say sticky, but it was definitely wet, where like was wet that I almost questioned, like, all right, maybe he was like cleaning some shit with a rag, but also wet enough that I was like, that shit was disgusting as fuck.
So it sort of ruined your appetite a little bit.
It did, but then by the end of my meal, I was thinking back, like I was eating my nuggets and I got some like honey mustard and barbecue sauce in my hand, and I still licked it off. So I basically was like licking this dude's finger, which is disgusting. Because I went to McDonald's a couple days before, and tell me what you would have did. I ordered a caramel frappuccino. It was like 9:30 at night.
Damn.
I wanted a snack wrap. She wanted to. Have you tried the buffalo snack wrap that they just came out with?
I haven't, but I'd fucking love to. Jesus Christ.
So it depends on your McDonald's because she ordered one, and I think it's just like a sauce they put on there,
Mm-hmm.
and they put that shit all in one spot, so she wasn't really fucking with it. It didn't really
Mm-mm.
taste that good. So tell me what you would have did. So I got her that, and then I ordered a caramel frap. So I stay at the window first, and the guy's like banging on the machine or some shit. I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on? Then they hit me with the drive around shit, which I
Mm-hmm.
hate. You ever
Mm-hmm.
get that where they're like, can you drive around and wait on like the side of the building?
Yes, to wait for your food. Yeah, I've had that happen a bunch.
They always do that shit. And I'm like, who? There's nobody behind me. Like, if your manager is gonna fire you from McDonald's because the food takes too long, that you have to like trick them by going to the side of the building, then like, what are we doing here? You know, like, so anyway, I'm waiting. This guy's still like banging on the machine. Then another lady brings a ladder over and is on top of the shit, like cranking the ice out of the shit.
Oh
So
shit.
that's two people working on the machine. Then a third guy comes over and he starts like doing some shit with the front of the machine. Meanwhile, like I can see them in my sight line, like doing all this shit. One bitch is on the ladder, one guy's on the side, and one's in the front. It's
Whoa.
taking a hot minute. Then they finally bring my shit out, and it's like got the caramel sauce on it. I'm like, should I drink this shit? Like they're all fucking touching the machine, playing with that shit. I just threw that shit right out.
Really?
Yeah, because like there's like three people working on the machine. Something's clearly wrong with it. So why like
Oh, you're saying you think something like you're drinking something that's wrong in the drink, like it's dirty
something and
or
like their
something?
hands are in the ice, like they're fucking doing all this shit with the machine. Like I don't know. I didn't trust that like that.
It's interesting. It sounds like you're a specific kind of germaphobe. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
just
there's
feel like that there was like three people by that shit working on it, and then they try to just bring my shit out like the machine was just working fine.
but do you if somebody goes to dap you up and you don't know them, do you feel like I don't really want to touch their hand? Like
No,
how
no, no, no. I'll dap up like a homeless guy if he's like, you know, if I was cool with him back in the day or some shit.
so it's just that their hands were maybe in the ice that was going to be in your drink. Is that the
Yeah,
idea?
I don't know that. I just don't like that she was like on a ladder and like on top of the like ice and shit like that. Like it's just like
Corin's got ladder phobia.
I do low key. Would you ever get like I didn't know cleaning your gutters was a thing, but apparently that's like a like leaves and mad shit getting your gutters. And like shout out to this guy. He's like down the block from me, but he must be like in his 80s. Motherfucker was on his roof, like cleaning his gutters and some shit. And that's
Telling
one
you,
thing
man.
that like I won't get on a ladder and do that shit, man. I don't know if it's fear of heights, but that's not for me.
I mean, any dude who's like 80 years old, they know some shit about home maintenance, you know? Like they got all these fucking tricks that they're on top of. Like, no, they'll know how they can clean out your fucking vents for your AC and your heat. They could fucking change the oil on your car like it's nothing. They can clean out the gutters on some shit. Like they know all those little fucking house tricks. But
That's
yeah,
what,
cleaning
yeah,
out gutters. To your point, it's like that's some shit that it feels like you shouldn't have to do.
yeah.
Like, why would you? What a terrible design
Like, don't
where
put a
you got
gutter
to
on the
clean
house.
the
Just
shit.
have my fucking roof where the rain like drips off of it. Like, why are you
No, I think
building a roof that has a shit that like leaves and shit can all go in?
I get why they need gutters, but I think now there are
Why?
products
I'm kind of
because
confused on why gutters are necessary.
you're trying to drain the water in the spot where it will get to
Okay,
the
so like
sewer where it can like not flood. Basically,
got you.
that's the
Okay,
idea. So, but now I think they do have some shit where it blocks the leaves from getting into the gutter. And so I feel like that should be standard fare with every fucking house should have the shit that
yeah,
makes it so you don't have to get up there and clean the gutters. Although to be fair, I'm sure in some instances, no matter what, you'd have to fucking try to clean it for whatever reason if it sticks up there or whatever. But like, yeah, that should be default on every house is like, yeah, this shit so you don't have to clean the gutters nearly as much because we got this product that like covers it while allowing the water through, you know?
it reminds me of like the little cracks in between your seat cushions. Like, just invent a seat that's connected to the middle console, so like there is no fucking space there that like my keys drop in, my French fries drop in, my change drops in. Like, if there's no space there, then all that shit is avoided. It's like if you don't put a gutter on my roof, the rain's just gonna drop down like it's raining. Like, what the fuck are you putting a spot where leaves could pile up on? Like, fuck out of here.
Low key, now that you mention that, have you ever been in a car that has the bench seat in the front? Have you ever been in one of those shits?
Yeah, my grandma Shout out Grandma Ruth. She had a Cutlass Supreme, an Oldsmobile. That shit
had a
was
bucket
the
seat in the
one
front.
fucking, like, it was like a couch.
Bro, so my uncle, who passed away a long time ago, but he had, it was a Chevy. I want to say it was like a Blazer before the era of the one I had. Like it was like a 1990 Blazer or some shit like that.
Probably a banger.
Shit had a bucket seat in the front, which was comfy as a motherfucker, by the way.
They were the best seats. Like, they got lazy making cars.
And then the other thing is, you had like a lot of headroom, which is always nice, right? And then there was the window in the back was like bigger than most windows, so like you got perfect vision. So it was like the windows were like big and open all around, and you could see around you perfectly, and you had the comfy ass bucket seats. So it felt like, to your point, it felt like there was variety on some shit, where now, like, I don't know, does anybody sell a bucket seat in the front anymore? I think maybe you could get a pickup truck that still might have that, but I feel like most shit doesn't even give you the option, right?
If any car came out with the old, like, people at car dealerships need to do research on the seats that a Cutlass Supreme had, and it's got to be similar to like the shit that you had in your Blazer. But if they put those in cars nowadays, I don't even think they make that material anymore. It was so fucking comfy, dog. Like, I could have like went to sleep at night in that car. Like, if someone's like, "Oh, I can't sleep in my bed tonight, my back hurts," I would be like, "Okay, I'll go sleep in the front seat of my car," because those seats were so comfy.
OD, man, OD. And I was in
car make it? Were you looking that up?
Which thing? Did any car make which thing?
The bucket, like, comfy seats?
Oh, I'm looking right now. It looks like they have the option for 2025 Ford F-150 XL has the potential for that shit.
Shout out Ford.
Yeah, but I was gonna tell you that I was in some Ubers this week because we were going to the city and shit, and in the Uber we were in Teslas, and I like the thing that like above you is just like all glass. I kind of like that feature. That looks kind of cool to me. But the thing that sucked in those cars was the suspension in the Teslas are cheap as fuck. Like, you feel every single bump on the road. Like, the shit is not smooth at all. The shit is like bumpity turbulent the whole fucking way. And meanwhile, the dude was saying it was like $100,000 car. It was like a top of the line type Tesla. And I was like, this shit is sort of ass, bro. Like, this shit is not worth $100,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all Teslas are expensive. I don't think there's like any cheap Teslas, you know?
Yeah, and like, for that much money, my shit better be smooth as fucking butter when it comes to the ride. It better not be every bump you feel it, you know?
Well, I don't know if it's because, I don't know if like people write hit pieces on Tesla or look for like, I'm sure it happens with all cars, but I feel like I'm always seeing articles of like recalls with Tesla, or like something going wrong with the Tesla that like, it's like, I don't feel it's a cool car, but I feel like a lot of times it's not really like a practical car. You know, it's not like some everyday, to your point, like if that shit goes over a diesel ass pothole, like your whole fucking computer system is going to break down because it doesn't have like the suspensions that if like a Ford or fucking Chevy goes over that same pothole. It's like, yeah, we eat those shits for breakfast.
Yeah, and the Cybertruck is even worse. The Cybertruck is straight ass cheeks, bro. Those shits are horrible.
Like, before it came out, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool, because like, I guess like nobody had that shit. But now that like everyone has that and you see that on the road, it's kind of like, that car is just weird. It's just a weird looking car.
It looks like a fucking dumpster. It looks like a literal dumpster on wheels,
it's
bro.
Like the back of, like a fucking garbage. It looks like a garbage truck.
This shit shouldn't even be street legal. Like, the sharp ass edges, like that shit is dangerous as fuck, you know?
Yeah, the lights look weird on it. The one shit that like I do agree with you on is like, I like a lot of light in my car. So I have a Chevy
Traverse.
I have a Traverse, yeah. And I have a sunroof, and then there's a space, and then there's a back part that opens too. I think it's called like a moonroof. Like,
nice.
It doesn't do anything. It can't like open up or anything, but it just brings light in the car.
Like
and
that.
I always have that shit open. Like, it just makes my car feel bigger. Like it's one of the like best features I love in a car is like having that extra lighting shit in it.
It's literally like, I love it too. It's literally like a psychological trick, and they could do this with houses too.
Yeah.
If you have a high ceiling, or you have skylights, or both, that makes the room look so much fucking bigger than it is. It almost makes it feel like it's
in our living room.
double the size. Yeah, and that it's so crucial, it's so clutch, because you can get a smaller house, let's say like 1,000 square feet or 1,300 square feet or 1,400 square feet or whatever. But if you have tall ceilings and maybe a couple fucking skylights, bro, that shit'll feel like it's like a 2,000 square foot house like that, you know? And it's the same thing with the cars. If you have the window shit that's just above you, it just feels more comfy in there. And like even if you don't have a lot of headroom, it makes it feel like you have a lot of headroom, you know?
Yeah. One of the shits, to your point, in the old school cars that I appreciated was the space between your head and the top of the car. And like, I fucking love having potato chips in the car. My shit now, I can't put the bag like all the way up without having to like angle my arm. Cause the end of the chips, you gotta like, you gotta like drink the shit. I can't with the top of, I don't know if my seat's too high or whatever, but like it stays hitting the top of my car and it fucks up my drink situation with my chips.
You're saying in the Traverse that happens?
Yeah.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. I'm surprised by that.
Angle my arm so like I can fucking drink the shit.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because I had a bag of low key. This is an underrated shit too that I feel like is kind of getting phased out. Also, I see a lot of them in the gas station. The white cheddar popcorn, like the Smart.
Those are staple. Yeah, those are staple.
No one really fucks with those shits anymore.
I mean, there's sleeping on white cheddar popcorn is a crucial error because those shits are next level. People don't like. Yes, they get your hands sort of fucking dirty as fuck, but
dirty.
It's still fucking insanely delicious. Or like those Nature Valley bars that are good, but like they create crumbs like crazy.
Yeah.
Like you still got to eat it. It's a fucking Nature Valley bar, you know?
The one shit that kind of creeps me out with like going back to like the like Jeremy a little shit is cheese doodles. Like if someone's eating cheese doodles or cheese balls with me and we're both digging into the same bowl or bag and that build up on your finger, if they
lick their fingers, no.
Like, and you have like the orange shit mixed with like the saliva in your finger.
That's common sense. I'm with you on that one. In the same way that like, do not fucking double dip when 4 people are using the same dip. If you double dip in that scenario, you're a fucking asshole. Yeah. You could do one side and then the other side, and then you got to have the rest without any fucking sauce if need be. That's how that's got to be.
I'm not so mad at the like double dip, like maybe
hell no.
Forgot or some shit, but like
I'm pissed at that shit.
That one is definitely grimy. Here's one I got for you, and I'm curious what you do at a restaurant. Are you putting your mouth on the whole fork when you eat?
Yes.
Like you're touching the silver shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've never tried to just get the food, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm more of like that like if I'm at a fancier place or some shit where I know their dishwasher's on point, maybe that shit'll touch my mouth. But like we were at a diner in upstate New York, and like Molly's family were all grubbing. They're all like her cousin had mashed potatoes and she was like doing a joke and she like licked the whole fork. And I was like, to me, that shit is grimy. Like when I'm picking something up, it's kind of just my teeth that are scraping on that shit to pick up the fork. Cause like, bro, there's a dude from whatever just had like 8 packs of cigarettes, just like grimy shit. I wasn't gonna say it. And then he's going in there having the same fork as you. They're just throwing that shit in the dishwasher, putting it back on the table, and they're like, "Here's your omelet. Here's your fork." And now you're gonna eat that same shit? Like, no, fuck out of here.
The way you feel about utensils is the way I feel about like personal space when people talk to me.
Yeah.
Like don't be all up in my shit. And also, if you are gonna be kind of close to me, angle your fucking head so that your spittle is not fucking coming at me. So I'm sort of, when it comes to that shit, I'm a little bit germophobe. But outside of that, I'm actually pretty not. Like outside of that, I'm pretty much whatever. Like it's whatever. Like no problem with the forks. I don't have a problem with that. But brazen shit, like you said, like double dipping for me is a no-go. The shit you said about the cheese doodles. I'm not even a big cheese doodle eater in the first place, but like if that was the case, I would not fucking have another bite if I saw somebody lick their fingers and then go back in that shit.
I feel like cheese doodles over the cheese, like the crunchy cheese shits.
See, I actually am not a fan of either one of them. But if I had to pick one,
like cheese, or you just don't like the like.
No. I love cheese, but I love Cheez-Its. I love Goldfish. I love cheddar and sour cream. Fucking.
But you like cheese balls? Pause.
No, I'm not that big on those.
Oh, you don't? You used to have those at the crib.
Cheese doodles, cheese balls, and the crunchy cheese shits. those are not, to me, for whatever reason, I never liked those ones in particular. Like I would never pick those over any other cheese shit. I would always go Goldfish or fucking cheddar and sour cream chips or Cheez-Its or Cheese Nips, even like the budget Cheez-Its. I've just never been big on those.
A throwback.
Yeah, I fuck with them. And they don't get there doing that. They taste a little different from Cheez-Its on some like, this is different and good too still type shit, you know?
Yeah, it's got its own taste to it. My favorite chip, I think of all time, is like the Party Mix.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Those, and I think it's just like one brand that like has outlasted everybody. It's like a clear bag. That shit looks like it's from like 1950. It's got like an American flag on it.
I think it's called like Munchies or some shit.
Yes, and it's like either sometimes it's like blue, sometimes it's red, and it's like clear, and you can see the like shit in there. Those shits are banging, but low key, it's like it's always like the weirdest tortilla chip. It's like a stale ass pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fake ass Frito-Lay.
But there's some like, shit in there that's amazing. Some cheesy shit is ridiculously good.
There's always like a random cheese doodle. There'll be like a pretzel rod, the skinny shit, and it just all tastes phenomenal. But it's all like together, the brand of like the main shits.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah, there's always something in there that just tastes great. I don't know what it is, but something about it comes together perfectly, you know?
I wanted to ask you, and we'll get to the super chats in a second. But I feel like my Twitter's defective. I used to like throw up a tweet and I would get at least like 5 or 6 likes on my shit. I get like 1 or 2 on all my shits now, man. I don't know if they're fucking shitting on me because I don't tweet as much anymore.
Bro, me and Crystal were actually just talking about this. I think over the holidays they changed the algorithm and they made it
right.
They did something because now I feel like my the For You Twitter thing, like you know how you have the options For You and following. Yeah. When I use the For You one, sometimes it just feeds me straight up slop, like just absolute garbage, like you know, like cat videos and fucking joke videos and prank videos and just like dumb shit, you know? And like it used to be all political for me in the For You shit. So now I've been going more to the following to see what's going on because when I go to the For You, it's just feeding me bullshit. And so I think they changed something to like, I don't know, make it less political or start feeding like more like mainstream shit. Dumb it down a little bit. That's my sense. So, you know, that could have something to do with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, something's weird. I mean, like I used to put like Kyle and Corin going live, and this shit would get like kind of a little bit of love, maybe like 12, 15 likes. Shit gets like 2. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, is my shit even on anymore, bro? Like, but that was one where I was like, I don't know what's.
Yeah, come to think of it, I haven't seen your. Usually, I get served your shit too, but I haven't gotten served your shit every time you go live. Like I don't see that shit.
Maybe because I'm not like as active on it anymore. Like I use Instagram a lot. That's one where I really enjoy, and I've really, I don't know if they do a good job, but Facebook Marketplace, bro, I'm always on there just looking for random shit. I don't know if you ever use Facebook Marketplace, but it kind of like has fucking everything on. Like I'll go upstate, I'll put in that area code and just like. I'll put in like Nike or Knicks gear or I don't know, other shit that I'm like searching for. And like shit is cheap as fuck on Marketplace. Like people are just trying to get rid of stuff.
So is it sort of like the new eBay type shit? Is that how you look at it?
A little bit. Yeah. It's
that's kind of cool.
I've only bought a couple things, and it's kind of weird when you have to meet up with someone because it's like you got to meet up with a random person in like a fucking plaza or some shit and then like do a transaction with someone that like is not. You know, like it's weird to do a transaction with someone when there's not like a big store or register there. You know, like when you have to interact with another person and there's like money involved, it's kind of weird. It feels like a drug deal.
Yeah, that's weird. So to me, that's more like Craigslist than it is like eBay.
Yeah,
if you got to meet with the motherfucker, that's some Craigslist shit.
It's definitely Craigslisty, and it's like it's to a point where it's like I don't know. I find it weird. Like people will give out their home address, and someone will just pull up and be like. Hey, yep, I bought your cabinet. I'm here to pick it up.
Yeah, that shit would always be weird to me because I feel like there's always some weird like people probably use that shit to jack each other off and suck each other off and stuff. So like you try to go buy somebody's couch and they're like, "Are you ready for the couch?" And they start getting naked and shit. You know, it'd be horrible. So yeah, I'm not meeting up in person with anybody to get shit. You know.
What else did I have? Oh, well, I wanted to first ask how your Thanksgiving went. Did everything go well?
Oh yeah, it was chilling. We had a smaller gathering than usual at my mom's house, and it was nice. It was relaxed. Nobody really got into politics, which was nice.
Banging food.
Um, Food was good. My favorite, as always, is the fucking sweet potatoes with the marshmallow shit on top. That was amazing to me. I'm not a big turkey guy. I went with it was like a super. My mom actually did it just right. Super honey glazed ham, and like the honey glaze was like overwhelming, and I was like, yes, that's what I want.
Oh, like a good overwhelming honey glaze.
A good overwhelming. Like you tasted like 50% honey glaze and 50% ham, and that made it perfect. You know.
I think honey glaze is universally like popular by people because my Stop and Shop, they're always out. Molly loves honey glazed ham. It's the only type of ham she likes, and that's the only meat that they're always out of. Like I'll go to order it,
yes,
and they're like, "Yeah, we're out of the honey glazed,
out of that
the boar's head shit." And
yes.
boar's head surprisingly never went away when they had like that like outbreak of whatever the fuck happened at their factory. Remember?
Oh, interesting. No, that's interesting. But yeah, honey glaze, almost anything is good. If you do like honey turkey, like that shit is amazing too.
Good.
It's so yeah, it was good. It was fun. Me and Crystal went to we saw Book of Mormon. Have you seen?
Oh yeah, bro, I haven't seen it, but that's like the famous one.
It was good, dog.
Is it actually like funny? Because everybody's like, it's funny.
It was actually funny. Like really? I actually laughed and smiled and enjoyed it. And it takes a lot for me at a live show to like laugh and smile and enjoy it. The only thing that sucked is that the Broadway theater we were in had the tightest fucking seats I've ever sat in my life, bro.
Yeah.
Like basically, I was getting a lap dance in real time from both Crystal and the other person next to me. Like everybody was just fucking. You're sitting there like this. You know, it doesn't help that I'm 6 feet tall, so like my legs are fucking touching the seat in front of me and shit. I like you literally once you sit, you can't move. Like it's literally there's no way to move. You're just stuck in the same position.
And those Broadway theaters, those seats, like so it's probably similar to like Radio City Music Hall. The seats are like old, they're like wooden, and the cushion is like some like cushion shit. And to your point, it's mad. Like your armrests are right here. Did you have the armrest at least?
Yes, but it was like. Yeah, but it was like this, like you said, it was like super fucking close.
Yeah.
So we saw that.
It's like you can't stretch your balls out. You can't do anything.
Can't do shit. So we saw that. We saw the Knicks game. The Knicks game to me, that was, the highlight of the shit.
Oh, yeah, that's goated.
So yeah, it was good. It was a good vacation. We did some Christmas shopping and stuff for the kids.
How are you and Crystal with Amazon packages? Because I have a video today of this was just today. Look at this shit. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Fucking
boxes
on boxes.
Yes, to answer your question, we're similar. We're very similar to that. There's a lot of fucking shit that ends up coming. Most of it crystals. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking shit. And it's endless. I mean, I feel bad for those drivers, man. They deserve a raise. Those
like
Amazon drivers,
man. Shit today, and that was like there was like 3 days of that. And granted, like Molly's ordering like Hanukkah gifts for the girls and stuff like that. So like she's buying shit more now than she would. But like there's like 2 or 3 days of that where that's not one trip. You got to bring half that shit and walk back down the driveway, get the next shit, and come back. At some point, like you gotta be like, yo, fuck. Like I know I signed up for this shit, but like come on, like just order like 3 things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd feel the same way. So were you in upstate New York for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we went to Molly's family in Rochester.
You guys had a good time?
Yeah, it was dope. Like her pops, he's listening. He could throw down in the kitchen, and he made like a turkey that was like that shit was like brown and moist, and he put stuffing in that bitch and like seasoning on it. Was banging, bro.
Yeah, Go ahead. I've seen those videos. Have you seen those videos when people deep fry the turkeys on social media, but they burn the house down by accident? Because I was like, I sort of hinted to my mom. I was like, people deep fry these shits, right? And she just went over her head.
I don't know how much that shit, like, does it taste that much better to deep fry a turkey? It's got to,
Bro, I would eat a deep fried boot. Like, deep fried makes everything taste fucking delicious, dog.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, it's next level if you do that shit.
But I also don't know, was it you who maybe said that shit? Was like who just anointed like the turkey as the main character for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, especially just because it's not like, let's be honest, it is not the best fucking meat that there is. It's actually towards the bottom of the meat list,
Exactly. Yeah. It must have just been some like supermarket was just like putting sales on turkeys
Right.
and that became the shit.
Totally. Oh, speaking of, we actually had that halal chicken and rice shit from the city. Remember back in the day in high school or like college, we would go
People used to drive down to the city, right, and get that shit.
to that chicken and rice with the white sauce on top.
Was it
Dog,
banging?
I'm here to tell you, it's still just as fucking good as it was back then, man.
I remember. I feel like it was like Phil Berman or someone, and like Jimmy used to like
Jimmy, they
always
would go
go down there and like get that shit, and they would wait for dumb long. I don't know if I ever had that shit, and I'm gonna keep it real. I don't fuck with that white sauce from like the Greek, like the tzatziki sauce or whatever.
real. I don't know if is it the same shit on the.
It might be different. It might be different
I think it might be
shit.
different because the tzatziki is Greek and these are Middle Eastern carts. These are like, Lebanon, Turkey,
Yeah.
So, but to me, man, oh my God, that shit was next level. So get yourself some fucking halal chicken and rice, y'all. If you're anywhere near New York City, when you're in New York City, get that shit. You will not fucking regret it. I'm telling you right now.
All right, let's get to some of these super cheesies real quick.
Let's do that. The Golden Child 23. It's Michael Jordan. Thanks for the $5. When and where are you guys going on a boys trip again? And Corin, then Kyle, what do you think of Korean jimjibangs, spas, and Russian banyas?
I don't fucking know what a jimjibang is. But I probably would enjoy that shit. I know there's a lot of massage spots around me here in like the Rockland area that I'm friends with a lot of police officers, and they said that they've had to go in and break them up because there's been some weariness going down in them. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I've never been.
I can picture a jimjiban and a banjaban being very similar to those.
Is that actually what it's called? A jimjibang and a banya and a banya? Is that really what it's called? Like those are the words that are actually used for them? I never heard those words before.
Neither have I. That's a weird one. Jimjilbanj.
Yeah.
We do need to take a boys trip somewhere though. I'd be down for that.
We do need to take a boys trip somewhere. Because we used to do the when we go to Rogan, we used to do
Rogan
it.
Was dope.
But we haven't had a Rogan one in a while. So I'll talk to Crystal. We'll figure something out. We might go. Trying to think of where we would go. Well, we could talk off air, but I got some ideas, maybe some shit we could do. So
appreciate you, Golden Child.
Adam King 7681. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, overall thoughts on the DNC considering ranked choice voting for 2028? Would it help or hurt more left candidates? 2, if you were president, how would you handle Russia and Ukraine? So my thoughts on the DNC considering ranked choice voting. I like it. I like it as a matter of principle, almost regardless if it helps the left-wing candidates or not, just because I think I like the idea of being able to rank because it gets rid of the spoiler effect. It gets rid of people going, well, I want to vote for the Green Party candidate, but since I know it's either going to be a Democrat or Republican that wins, I'm going to vote for the Democrat because the Democrat is better. It gets rid of like lesser evil voting, basically. So that's why I support it. But I actually do think it will help left-wing candidates. I think the establishment thinks it won't, which is why they're floating it. But I think it actually will help the left. So yay for us, right? So, okay. That is the first one. The next one, if I was president, how would I handle Russia and Ukraine? Shit, man. That's honestly, that's probably, along with climate change, is one of the more difficult ones to try to solve. I mean, ideally, you would get Russia to fucking withdraw and Ukraine would be left fully intact and they would get like fucking paid reparations by Russia who illegally and offensively invaded them. So that's ideally what would happen. In reality, you probably would have to negotiate some sort of deal where you try to maintain the territorial integrity of Ukraine, or as much of it as you possibly can, while also gesturing towards the Russian concerns about like not joining NATO and shit like that. So it's a tough one to answer. What I will say is the way Trump is handling it is the worst of the worst. He's totally, he's basically, him and everybody around him are being incredibly corrupt, and they're making Witkoff and Kushner are making deals to make a shitload of money off of it. They did a deal where they're basically colonizing Ukraine and stealing 50% of their natural resources. Then they turn around and fucking give Ukraine a 28-point peace plan, which is directly from the Russian government. Everything
Rubio's in charge of that shit or some shit?
So Rubio is part of it, but I really think Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are going around Rubio, and they're the ones who are making all these decisions because they want to make money off of it. And so it's really gross that they basically sold Ukraine out in every imaginable way. They're trying to get Ukraine to give up more territory than Russia even fucking holds right now. It is disgusting. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a good answer that I can give you right this second for how I would handle it. But basically, the long and short of it is you want to try to maintain Ukraine's territorial integrity as much as humanly possible. You want to punish the war criminals, and you want to gesture towards, considerations of the Russians that are legitimate, like, hey, don't Ukraine's not going to join NATO or some shit like that. That's the gist of it.
Appreciate you, Adam King.
Thank you for the $5.
Thanks,
Craig
Greg.
C. Kyle, Patreon supporter here, big fan, but your Ukraine take is shockingly naive. You're basically echoing Lindsey Graham, for God's sakes. We helped create this whole mess. Please dig deeper. Watch Sachs and Mearsheimer. No, I think I totally disagree. I think my Ukraine take is spot on. I think that people who would say that I'm wrong have basically fallen for imperialistic Russian propaganda. This idea of like they're the perpetual victim and they were put upon by the West. And it's like, all that is fine and dandy until they decide to illegally and offensively invade Ukraine. Then, like, I'm sorry, I don't care about all your justifications and rationalizations. You're the fucked up person. You're the bad people. In the same way, we had a very deep narrative about why we had to invade Iraq and, topple Saddam Hussein. But when push comes to shove, we actually did it and it was a war crime and we should have been punished for that. In the same way that Russia invading Ukraine is a war crime, they should be fucking punished for that. So it's funny you mentioned Mearsheimer because we invited him on the show for this week. I don't know if he's going to say yes. I haven't talked to Crystal yet to see if he responded. But the goal was not actually to even talk about Ukraine. The goal was more to talk about how he was in the news regarding Jeffrey Epstein, how Jeffrey Epstein tried to like ruin his career for reporting on the Israel lobby. So it was more about that. And I also was going to talk to him about Venezuela and Trump's war against Venezuela. But yeah, I would say to you kind of what you're saying to me, which is if you are so convinced my Ukraine take is bad, why? Why do you think it's bad? Because I feel bad for the country that got illegally and offensively invaded by the bigger, more powerful country. That sounds more like a you problem than a me problem. It sounds like you're the one who probably needs to reevaluate and, maybe deprogram yourself from the fake Russian victim narrative because they're not victims in this scenario. They're the aggressors.
We still love you, though. Thank you.
Corin loves you. I'm a little so-so at the moment on you, if I'm being honest. I love the things that are like, you're wrong. Like, yeah. Okay, then don't fucking love the show. What do you want me to tell you? Like, what the fuck? Hey, Kyle, just donating to tell you you're a colossal piece of shit and you're wrong about this.
That's why people love you, because you keep it real.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Kathy Hochul beat Lee Zeldin in 2022 for New York governor by 6.5 points. Also, in my opinion, the Cold War Red Scare under Reagan made the U.S. double down on hyper-capitalism. I think that the existence of the Soviet Union made the U.S. have to go to the left. That's what I think. So, we had the New Deal and we have all these social programs that come about. And in part because like there's a communist and socialist movement that might make the U.S. go all the way if the capitalist class doesn't concede some stuff. Right. And so, but since the fall of the Soviet Union, that I do feel like made us go more hyper-capitalist. That, yeah, starting with Reagan, but then, Bill Clinton and everybody after that, George W. Bush, even Barack Obama to some extent, it became like the neoliberal mindset is now hardcore baked into the country and they feel like there's no other option but being super capitalist. And that helps, speed up our destruction in this late stage capitalist hellscape that we're in. So, yeah. And on the Kathy Hochul thing, is that true? Because I had been saying that Kathy Hochul, I know that when Cuomo got ousted, Kathy Hochul became the governor in New York. And I was under the impression that she didn't win an election. Not but that much. You know what? I think you're right, though, because Lee Zeldin did lose in 2022. So it had to be Hochul to beat her. Well, let me see. 2022 U.S. governor race. U.S. governor, New York governor race. My bad. New York governor race. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Kathy Hochul, 53 to 46. So she did win one election. But to be fair, I feel like the tougher race for her would be a primary. It would not be. New York is going to be Democratic, like always. So for her to win in a general election is no big deal. Let's see her win the primary. And to be fair, she might now because she has more name recognition. So she might just win on that alone. But I feel like that's the harder thing for her is to win in a primary, especially in like a revolutionary type year. So we'll see.
Appreciate you, Metal Hub, Matt. Real one.
Kyle, why does Sagar tiptoe when talking about Vance? I know they have a history, but damn, you can't call him out once. Yeah, I don't know, Wes Nelson. I don't really watch a lot of Sagar's takes, to be honest, but he was friends with JD Vance, so he probably does feel some sort of, kinship with him or something. I also think he generally feels like, with all of his disagreements with the right, he still feels like he has to one extent or another, represent the right-wing view, because the conception of the show was that, like, populist left, populist right, and so, like, Crystal's repping the populist left position, so he feels like I got to sort of represent the right-wing position, even though in recent times it's been harder to do that, and Trump is destroying the country, and he kind of knows Trump is destroying the country. So in this weird position where, like, he wants to tell the truth and say that, but he also feels some responsibility to, like, represent more people than just him and represent, like, the supposed to be right-wing populist movement, which at this point I would say doesn't exist. But that doesn't matter. In his mind, it does, right? And so that's where I think he's coming from, is like, well, I got to try to represent this view, even though I don't totally agree with it. And he also knows JD Vance, which always makes it weird. I mean, there's a lesson there, right? Like, don't try to meet as few people of these people as possible, is what I always say, because you want to be objective. You don't want to, like, I want to be outside and throwing rocks on the inside. I don't want to be, connected to the people who have the power for the most part. I try to know as few of them as I possibly can. And it's not perfect.
Is Vance, is he, like, have turmoil with his wife and shit like that? Is that true, or is that just story?
I mean, he basically said, like, he wishes she would convert away from Hinduism. She's Hindu, he's Catholic, and he basically said publicly, I wish she would convert, which is kind of fucking crazy.
He said that shit? Like,
it's kind of crazy to throw your wife under the bus like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been moments. She was also seen without her wedding ring on, which was kind of a big deal.
Oh, that's the one that I think I saw. Yeah. Thanks, Wes Nelson.
QC Man 2000, thanks for the $5. That University of Oklahoma story with the student who quoted the Bible in her assignment was absolutely bonkers. The essay the girl wrote was 5th grade level also. Yeah, Corin, I don't know if you saw that story, but
no, I did.
Basically this, like, super Christian University of Oklahoma student had to write an essay for her psychology class about, like, gender roles, and her whole thing was just like, I think women need to act womanly because God made you a woman, so you got to act like a woman. And I think men need to act like men because God made you a man. And in the nature of being a man is being masculine. And it was, like, all just so fucking stupid and circular and religious in nature. And so they failed the assignment. But then they cried discrimination and they said, oh, how dare you come after me for my Christian faith? And then all the right-wing fucking idiots took up her cause. And they got the professor who graded the fucking paper suspended.
Wow.
Insane, right?
That is nuts. And the paper was published for everybody to see how dumb that shit was?
What ended up happening is the paper leaked, and then also the grading of the assistant professor leaked. And so I read both, and the assistant professor was, like, totally nice and correct and, like, broke everything down as to why it was unacceptable, right? And didn't matter. They got docked. They got suspended. So crazy. I mean, we're so cooked, bro. We're so
as well. That's like when a lot of, like, the athletes that are on, like, some of these very good school football teams and basketball teams, and they interview them after the games. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they would have gotten into Georgetown just off of, like, their merits. So I wonder how this girl got into University of Oklahoma.
Swimming.
Write that paper.
You actually called it. It's swimming.
Oh, really?
Yep. She was a beast-ass swimmer. That's what it is.
Yep.
Jerry Mendez, thanks for the $5. Kyle, why are you still hating on Trump when you just made Ozempic 80% cheaper and now we're getting Rush Hour 4? Can't you appreciate anything?
Are they coming out with a Rush Hour 4?
I did see these headlines. I just assumed it was bullshit, but I saw these headlines that were like, Trump is forcing whatever the name the parent company is to make Rush Hour 4, and now it's greenlit. And it's like, okay, bro.
I mean, not for nothing. Like, that's one where it's like, okay, what were you going to say?
By the way, Chris Tucker was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, that I know.
That's probably how we got it done. He said, I know Chris from my good friend Jeff, and we're just going to you're going to have to release this movie.
That's one where it's like, I like, you can't get mad at Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker coming out with a Rush Hour 4, but also, like, you don't have to make another Rush Hour.
Yeah,
like, we're good on 3.
I liked all of them, but, like, yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous, like, can we do some new shit, please?
And it's not in the same genre as, like, Fast and Furious, where there's going to be, like, 90 of those bitches. Like, Rush Hour should have been, like, 1 and 2, and then call it a day.
Yeah. And by the way, the Ozempic thing, I didn't know that. I thought it was Biden that did all the lower drug. Biden did all the lower drug prices, and now I think Trump is taking credit for them.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Right. So now I don't know if Ozempic was one of the ones that Biden had lower. He did he does like 10 per year or something. I forget exactly how it works, but it was part of the Inflation Reduction Act. So, but Trump is out there taking credit for the Biden things. But to be fair, I don't know if Ozempic is part of that. But yeah. Anyway, there's the
Even if he
backstory on
didn't,
that.
yeah, he's gonna take credit because
Of
that's like a
course.
popular thing, you know. Like,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Corin, happy holidays. Kyle, do you think FDR would favor a Saudi Ritz style purge? I mean, I guess it would depend on the specifics, right? It would depend on how extreme it gets and what happens to the individuals who are purged. But we certainly need some kind of a purge. I would argue legal charges against all the fucking billionaires who are committing crimes and the fascists and the warmongers who are committing crimes. So yeah, I'd like to
apparently, I saw an article
legal
that like the Saudi money is like drying up, like all of this shit they're doing,
for the
like
sports. For
like the
sports,
sports, the comedy, all that stuff is like apparently they're like they don't have as much money as they used to or something.
oh, they definitely have the money. If they
They still
decide
do?
to stop, I mean, maybe they're cutting back a little bit and not
Oh,
spending
okay.
as much, but they definitely have the money. There's no doubt. I mean, they got oil money. They're good for fucking ever, bro.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Someone sent me a thing that was like the Saudi money is drying up, like with all the shit that they've poured money into. But
Well, send me that if you can find that. Send me that.
yeah. I'll try and
Take a
find
look
it.
at it. But I would like to go after everybody legally. I don't know exactly what MBS did in that Saudi Ritz, but taking away people's freedom and locking them in a room is sort of kind of wild. So I would prefer just to charge them legally and lock them up that way.
Facts. Thanks, Brody.
Preg C, what do you got? Thanks for the $5. What do you guys think the odds are that Trump doesn't finish the ballroom before he finishes his term? How do you think it plays out if he doesn't? It's weird, bro, because I don't know what's going to happen with this ballroom because it's all fucking illegal. Like, now I saw that even the people who he wants to work on it are hesitant to work on it because now they kind of get, wait, there's no permit for this.
They don't wait. Is it actually illegal? They don't have permits and shit to do all the building?
Of course it's illegal. Okay, that's not Trump's house. It's the White House. It's the people's house. And he just decided with no input from Congress whatsoever, I'm going to fucking demolish the East Wing and build the Epstein ballroom. Like, are you kidding me? You can't do that. And so now the people who he's hired to do it, some of them are like, should I do this? I might face criminal charges over this shit. The billionaires who are donating to it, now them, I mean, Jamie Dimon, the banker, he came out and he was like, the people who are donating to Trump for this, understand, you could face criminal charges for donating for this shit.
And they will get those motherfuckers.
And so yeah, I mean, so I don't know what's going to happen. It's possible the whole thing gets the fucking axe because it's just there's too much heat on them. That's possible. It's also possible he just plows ahead and does it with no permits whatsoever. It's also possible they find a way to put in some lackey and force the permits through or whatever the fuck. But I don't know what's going to happen. But if I'm being honest, my guess is if the ballroom is going to be done, it will take until like the end of his first term for it to be done. And I don't even know if he's going to live that long, bro. He doesn't look fucking healthy to me, dog. He really doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to live to the end of his term. But I mean, he's got 3 more years to build it. Like all it takes is like him hiring some. I mean, construction crews
it'll take like 3 years to build that, I think.
You think so?
It's a fucking 90,000 square foot ballroom, bro.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, like most construction companies are Trump supporters anyway. Like he can find some crew in New Jersey to come out and build that shit in a weekend or something like that.
But it's not a simple project. I mean, he's trying to use
it's definitely OD
marble and all sorts of insane, like it's some crazy ass ornate ass shit.
Do you think the shit? I think he was a news reporter. He was saying like it is all actual gold in those rooms. Do you think it's actually real gold?
It's not. No, it's definitely not. People literally went to the Home Depot website and found the exact shit he used. He just spray painted it gold, bro.
Seriously.
But honestly, low key, I'm happy it's that versus real gold because then he'd be spending how much money on fucking real gold for the White House tax money. Fuck
True.
that shit. So he shouldn't put any of that tacky ass shit up. But if he's gonna put one of them up, I'd rather have it be the fake shit.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me that there's like all those streets in like Brooklyn and like all throughout Manhattan that like it's got the brown street sign on it that it's like a historic street that like you can't change anything on the house. It's like super historic and you can't do any renovations or remodelings. You would think the White House would fall into that category of like not being able to like remodel that shit or like break it down. You know about that? Like in New York City, like when it's a brown street sign.
But that's the point, is that like it kind of is in that category. It is.
That's what I'm saying. That like the fact that like he just demolished that shit is almost like that should be illegal, or like like to your point, it might be illegal to like that's the only fucking building that there is.
this channel Legal Eagle on YouTube, he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He released this video. I haven't watched it yet, but it's supposed to be good, of like a list of all of the crimes Trump has committed within his second term. And the video was like, it was like 45 minutes long or something like that, maybe an hour long. It was something like that. And like, that probably doesn't even include all of them.
No.
You know, and like, to your point, yes, in a world that made sense, this would be one of the main things that's like, yes, this is like clearly fucking illegal. Like, you can't fucking do this. And he does it. He just does whatever he wants. Yeah, and so it's going to catch up, man. Like, it's going to catch up. It already has in some ways caught up. It's going to catch up even more, you know?
All this to build a fucking ballroom. Like, that's so crazy.
And bro, why is he doing this? This is the distraction that the real presidents are giving him. The real presidents are Stephen Miller, who's fucking doing immigration and going full fucking Nazi fascist on immigration. The real president is Russ Vought. That's the guy who's like cutting cancer research and cutting Meals on Wheels and cutting Medicaid. And the real president is Marco Rubio, who's trying to do regime change in Venezuela and do new wars. So like, those are the real presidents. And Trump is being distracted with, hey, go remodel the Lincoln bathroom, go fucking build the Epstein ballroom, go knock down the East Wing of the White House. Like, that's the shit he's focused on, you know?
Stupid shit. Yeah. Thanks, Preco.
King of the Viltrumites. Thanks for the $10. Is Graham Plattner the J.D. Vance or Pete Hegseth of the left? Also, his victory would be the greatest story of redemption in Maine and modern U.S. history. From Grand Regent Thrag. Is Graham Plattner the J.D. Vance or Pete Hegseth of the left? No, I feel like that's kind of unfair. No. Yeah, I don't know. Pete Hegseth is what? He's a rapist and he's an alcoholic and he's like an abuser. J.D. Vance is a creepy fucking loser. Creepy loser Catholic tryhard who's like owned by a billionaire. So no, I don't see any sort of parallel with Graham Plattner. The thing about Graham that people need to realize is when those things leaked about all of his commentary online from the last decade, literally all of it was left wing. Like he was like commie posting. He never said any Nazi shit or far right shit. And so to me, that, and Crystal made this point, like that made her feel more comfortable with him. That like, okay, when you were in the infantry and then you worked for a private military contractor and he was caught with, he didn't realize it was a Nazi tattoo, but he got the tattoo, the skull that turned out to be the Nazi tattoo. Like the fact that all of his chat logs online leaked and all of the shit he said was left wing was like, oh, okay, so he actually is one of us, you know? So yeah, I think he's going to win, and I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I think he's going to be much more like a new Bernie Sanders and nothing like a fucking John Fetterman, for example. So yeah, I don't see the J.D. Vance or Pete Hegseth connection either. I'm not connecting the dots on that one for sure.
King of Viltrumis got a couple here.
Kyle, what do you think the Rogan sphere will be like after Trump? Will they act like they were always against him or pretend that MAGA never happened? I think the latter is more likely. I think it's much more likely they'll pretend that MAGA never happened. I think, and honestly, I think that's their best move. I think their best move is to just act like they didn't hop on the bandwagon and support Trump, act like they never got super political, and just slowly but surely try to tiptoe out of the room and go full like, who, me, bro? I'm just over here making fart jokes. I'm just over here talking about like hotels and, you know, what my life is like traveling on the road. And I'm over here talking about sex and all sorts of shit, and just start acting like any other non-political comedian would. That's his best bet. And Rogan, he's got all these other interests. He's interested in the MMA. He's interested in health shit. He's interested in, you know, archery. He's got all these other things he's interested in. So why not stop being a fucking idiot politically and getting everything dead wrong and just start focusing on those things? I think that's his best move. And I think that most of them will try to go down that path because it's going to be too painful for them to admit, like, wow, we were wrong about fucking everything all the time.
Well, that's why I feel like an angle for them could be to now go full like left on shit.
They won't do it. Though. They won't do it because remember,
like Zoran, like kind of like soften up to him and shit.
I mean, they were a little soft to him, but still more pro-Trump. But Rogan had some moments. He had on Duncan Trussell and tried to recapture like the left-wing Joe Rogan experience magic, where he talked about immigration and like defended immigrants, and his own audience fucking ripped him a new asshole. Because this is now, you made your bed, now you're going to sleep in it. You attracted all these MAGA douchebags. And so now when you say something reasonable, when you say something empathetic, when you say something factual, They go, fuck you. I didn't come here for this. I came here for like Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh type garbage.
Yeah.
And so now he made his bet. He's going to sleep in it. His best bet is to like, and by the way, there are no good moves because they screwed the pooch and they did something that was fucking horrendous. There's no good way out of this, but the least bad way out of it is to just slowly become non-political and pretend like Trump never happened. Use the Men in Black fucking memory eraser thing, you know?
Yeah, I guess he realizes like he went full right and his viewership probably went up. He probably had his most views shit, but now he's kind of went stale. So if he does go full left, like he'll probably lose a lot of those people and get back to maybe where he was back in the day. But I don't know if he wants to do that.
Yeah, he's peaked. He's never going to be as big as he was.
Yeah,
you know? King of the Viltrumites again. Thanks for the $5. What do you think January 6, 2029 will be like? Would it be, say, the D.C. and Virginia National Guard fighting ICE and Border Patrol agents in the streets of D.C.? Bro, I don't know, but I shudder at the thought of all this stuff. I honestly think the only saving grace, the only thing that gives me a little bit of like mental relief is that I really don't think Trump is going to make it that far. I really don't. Like,
yeah,
I actually,
ways away.
Bro, I actually think he has serious fucking health problems. He's 80 years old. He's fat. He's got the giant cankles, which is chronic venous insufficiency. They admit that his heart is not pumping his blood well enough to reach all the areas of his body, which is why his ankles are swollen like a motherfucker. So you got the bruises on the hand from the thing, the IV shit. He's getting an MRI of his brain. He's not walking straight lines. Like mentally he's fading. So
he's not passing the eye test.
So, like, yeah, I don't think he's got the juice. And the other thing is, now with his approval rating at 36%, there's basically a fucking massive revolt against MAGA. He doesn't have the juice to keep everybody in line. So even if they were to try to steal it, I don't think they have the sauce to pull it off at this point. So I don't know what it's going to be like, but I wouldn't rule anything out. But my best guess is that Trump's going to pass away at some point. J.D. Vance is going to become the president, and then it'll be a race with J.D. Vance and some Democrat at that time. That's my best guess.
You know what's crazy also is like he brought the National Guard to D.C. and wasn't there still that shooting there this weekend or whatever like that?
Yeah, so we brought the National Guard to D.C. and then two of the National Guard get killed by a fucking child soldier trained by the CIA for a death squad with a pedophile warlord in Afghanistan. This guy kills the National Guard. The National Guard who was killed, literally, this is heartbreaking, literally told her family, I don't even know why we're in D.C. This is stupid. Like, why the fuck am I even there? Yeah. And then what does Trump do? Instead of realizing, okay, this was fucking stupid, let's stop with this, he sends 500 more National Guard to D.C., and he's probably going to send more troops now to other blue cities. So it looks, from where I'm sitting, it looks like, wow, you're using this to further consolidate power and go full police state. How mighty convenient of you to use something like this for those ends. So very disgusting. And then you start thinking of like MK Ultra, the mind control programs, and all the stuff the CIA has done in the past. And you go, is some of that shit going on right now? Because again, this guy, from when he was like 14 or 15 years old, he was used for CIA death squads in Afghanistan.
Like they trained him to do this shit or
something? Yes.
Yeah. Oof. Thanks, gang of
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Fun fact, I predicted on your BP panel in February 2023 that Trump would choose J.D. Vance for VP. My comment is still there. Should have bet on Polymarket. Yes, that would have. I wonder how much that would have made you if you bet at that point that J.D. Vance would be the VP, because I don't feel like he was, all that high on people's list at the moment. Because when he was picked, everybody was like, what? Why'd you pick this guy?
Thanks, Metalhead Matt.
Squidward, thank you for the $5. KNC, would you rather walk on the moon or go to the bottom of the ocean? Why? P.S. The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda has weird facial hair. Okay. Well, I'll look that up. I'll look up.
I'm walking on the moon. I don't want to go close to the bottom of the ocean because that thing that happened with the Titanic shit freaks me out too much. So I've always been fascinated by going to the moon. And to me, that's more safer than going to the bottom of the ocean.
So this guy has sort of like a mix between a Hitler mustache and a handlebar mustache. So the dude is right that he's got a weird ass.
That's a random PS.
Yeah, I know. He just wanted us to see it. I respect it. And to answer your question, I'm in total agreement with Corin. I'm not going to the bottom of the ocean. We actually know less about the bottom of the ocean than we know about space, which is kind of terrifying. It's totally fucking dark down there. Yeah. It is. The pressure is immense. It's really not safe. So and not that going to the moon is, but I would much rather go to the moon than go to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, so. Water just scares me too. Like, I'm afraid of water. And
Totally
like
agree. I mean, I'm scared of flying. I'm also scared of flying, but if I have to pick between these two, I'd either go the moon, or if you tell me that the ocean thing is going to be like twice as fast as the moon one, then I might suck it up and do the ocean one instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it's faster. I mean, I want whatever this is, I want it to be done quick. So I would prefer, if it's half the time, I'd rather do that, you know?
True. Are you a cruise guy? Do you like, would you ever go on a cruise?
No.
No, you
Fuck
don't want to
no.
go on a cruise?
Bro, you know what I want to do? Exactly what the fuck I'm doing right now. Sit in my
I
fat ass
respect
right.
it. I knew the answer to that question.
I want to sit in this fucking chair, talk to you, answer the questions from our audience. This is what I want to fucking do. I don't want to be on a cruise. I don't want to be in an airplane. I don't want to be in a fucking submarine. I don't want to be. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to travel. We hopped in the car to go to New York for the Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking go somewhere, bro. Like,
I get a little giddy going, but then I'm also like, I want to just chill too.
Totally. I mean, I enjoy trips when we're on the trip and in the throes of it, but when you're traveling, all that stuff, it's like, oh fuck.
It's a lot of shit. Yeah, no, I respect it.
CK Progressive, thanks for the $10. It wasn't in the national news, but today's the 70th anniversary of the arrest of Rosa Parks, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott. You can see the restored bus at the Henry Ford Museum in Detroit. Well, shout out to CK Progressive, and thank you for that awesome piece of history. We really appreciate that. And yeah, I feel like the media should maybe bring that up. Yeah, the arrest of Rosa Parks, 70th anniversary. That's wild.
That is crazy. I feel like that would be newsworthy. My daughter Nick used to love the Rosa Parks. She had a Rosa Parks shirt that she loved.
That's awesome
for her. Yeah,
raising the kids right. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. Most underappreciated fast food joint. Mine is Arby's. Fries, roast beef sandwich, French dip, and their gyro hit every single time. Is that pronounced gyro or euro? I don't know. But
I say gyro.
But most underappreciated fast food joint. That's a great question.
Let me look. I think it is appreciated. I don't think it's under. There's not enough Arby's around. Is what I feel like. But their fries are good. They have two different types of fries. They have like the curly. They also have the straight ones too.
So the first thing I'll say though is I kind of agree that Arby's is underrated, because I used to shit on Arby's just because of the name. I thought the name sounded funny, so I would use Arby's as like a punchline and a joke. But then when I tried Arby's for the first time, I was like, this shit is actually low-key incredibly banging.
Yep.
So I'll kind of agree with that. But now let me go through I'm going through the list to see if there's some other shit that I would say is underrated. Taco Bell is rated just right because everybody agrees Taco Bell is insanely banging. You know?
Oh, is this on our list?
What?
Oh, is this on our tier list?
The person is just asking, what is the most underrated fast food joint?
Out of all of them. Yeah.
Out of all of them. Yeah.
It's not mainstream enough, I don't feel like. But it might be, because that shit is everywhere when you go on a road trip.
But what would you say is the most underappreciated fast food place?
Most underappreciated fast food shit? Does White Castle get its credit?
That's actually a good point. I feel like it doesn't get its credit, because I feel like there's not that many of them, and they don't get the love they deserve. You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, White Castle is next level. Like, that shit is just and
they're doing their own thing. White Castle is doing their own thing too, because they do
Sloppy Joe sandwiches. They're
not like anybody else. They're not like anybody else. They're doing their own thing, and I sort of respect that.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll go with White Castle.
But Arby's is good. I've had their fries.
I fuck with Arby's.
I've had their roast beef sandwich.
I fuck with Arby's. They're actually really good. Kyle, did you have a celebrity crush when you were younger? And by the way, this is Snaggle Cratch the Incredible. Thanks for the $10. Did I have a celebrity crush when I was younger? Real talk, I might not be a Tolkien dork today if Liv Tyler wasn't cast as Arwen in Lord of the Rings. Maybe still would though. Corin, same question. Yeah, I think we've talked about this before, but definitely I've had of course a bunch of celebrity crushes as a kid. One of the first ones was of course Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell. Yep. That is the go-to. Another one is when I was really little and The Parent Trap came out. I thought that the fucking little Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan. I had a crush on her too.
Yeah.
But I definitely got to go. Kelly Kapowski is definitely the number one. Is like that was like the epitome of like feminine beauty to us. You know, like she's so hot. You know.
Yeah, she was good. I've also said the Pink Ranger. There was also one from that cheerleader movie, Bring It On. It wasn't. I think Kirsten Dunst was the blonde one, but there was another girl. Her name was like Elijah Dushki or something like that. She was like with the cheerleader with the brown hair. I always had a crush on her growing up too. That was one that when I was younger, I liked her. And then, yeah, like Topanga was always like dope.
I was never a big Topanga person. She was no, I was never a big Topanga person. And I feel like part of it was like she was very like hippie-ish. And I was something about that I didn't like. Like I was very typical American. Like I want the fucking hot cheerleader, the head cheerleader, you know?
Yeah, that was Kapowski and yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even think I know Liv Tyler. Is that old
you
school?
know Liv Tyler. You definitely know who Liv Tyler is. You've seen Liv Tyler 1,000 fucking times in your life.
Maybe, but I didn't watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but Liv Tyler has been in a million fucking things. Liv Tyler is. Hold on, let me see her IMDb because.
Let me see. I gotta see a picture. Let me see.
You know who the fuck she is. I guarantee you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who
this
she is.
chick. Yeah, she's been in so much shit.
Yeah.
Armageddon, Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah.
The Strangers, Captain America.
Oh, she was born in New York too.
Yeah, she's been in mad shit. She's been in mad shit.
Steven Tyler's daughter?
I think so. Yeah. I think she is.
I wonder how she got her acting.
And then as I got older, by the way, I was fucking like J-Lo and Shakira.
Yeah.
J-Lo and Shakira were the ones. Seeing like Shakira shake her ass.
Oh my gosh.
When you're like a teenager.
She can do that shit, man.
When you're like a teenager, that just does shit to you. You're like,
whoa. It's just so impressive to dance like that, where you can like move your whole lower body without like what? How's that a thing?
Crazy. Rico Fierro, thanks for the $5. Hi, fellas. It's official. Bolsonaro, our Trump, is finally behind bars where he belongs. 27 years and 3 months. Justice at last. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Lula. Shout out to the Supreme Court in Brazil. I mean, you guys fucking held it down, and you guys showed us how justice is supposed to fucking work. Because
they
here,
put a president in jail.
Yeah, here our fucking coup plotters end up back in White House. For you guys, they try a coup, and that motherfucker's now locked up for the rest of his goddamn life. So love to see it, and I just wish that. I actually think I'm feeling kind of optimistic that today I feel like it might actually happen at some point that some of these people that are in the Trump regime are going to go to prison. I actually think that because now you have like the Washington Post and the New York Times writing articles about how Pete Hegseth ordered war crimes when they blew up the fishing boat and then they circled back and did a double tap and killed the people when they were still alive. So now they're writing articles like this is clearly fucking illegal. So the fact that they're saying that and it's not just us assholes outside saying it leads me to believe, oh shit, there might actually be some consequences for this, you know?
Oh yeah. I don't even. How do you survive that shit? That's kind of gangster. And then to come back and get them is like that's super fucked up.
John Brown, thanks for the $10. Have you ever wondered, as an example, what's to stop a creationist who fails a science paper from crying religious persecution? What that college did is a slippery slope to encourage mediocrity. You are 1,000,000% correct. It's insane. Conservatives are trying to carve themselves out a right to be wrong about stuff. They want a right to be factually incorrect and still get like A's in school. It's just crazy. Like they want to be able to say everything is an opinion and this is my opinion and you're not allowed to disagree with it even if you have evidence and data and facts on your side. And so it's a war on academia. It's a war on intelligence. And they're going to win it if people keep fucking bending the knee to their insanity, you know?
You said they fired the teacher.
They suspended the teacher.
Oh, suspended.
Yes. So it's not a permanent firing, but there's like a process now that they go through and they determine what to do. But they're going to react more according to political pressure than they are based on what actually happened here. So that's what's scary about it. Oklahoma's dead last in the country when it comes to education. And now you see why, right?
What a joke.
Hot take, Jack Thomas. Thank you for the $5. Hot take. I think the economy is going to be better in 2026 and 2025, especially with Trump ending the food tariffs. The blue wave is still unknown. That is indeed a hot take, bro. That is indeed a hot take. Because I think the exact opposite. I think we're on the brink. Bro, Crystal was just telling me 95% of the purchases for Black Friday were done either with Klarna or a credit card. Klarna is the buy now, pay later shit.
Oh, yeah, I see that on the thing. It's like pay 4 installments of whatever.
People are fucking, they don't have money. They don't. Fucking not being able to pay delinquencies for your college loan payments skyrocketing. Like,
well, they're talking about like that 50-year loan on the houses or something like that.
Why do you think Trump is saying that? Because he knows, damn, shit's sort of fucked up. Like, we got to try to find a way out of this. People have way too much debt. They don't make enough money. Now 32% of the entry jobs are gone like that because of ChatGPT, and more of the jobs are going to go away. Inflation's going up. Unemployment's going up. It's all going to fucking blow up in our face. I think there's a big AI bubble that's going to burst. The people are going to be struggling now as a result of that. So I think it's the opposite. But man, that you're right. That's a spicy fucking take. I'll tell you that much.
That's a very hot take, Jack.
Some real news. Thanks for the $10. You're in a DC elitist liberal echo chamber now. Had Kamala winning in a landslide, LOL. Even Corin saw 24 coming. Politics is cyclical. Dems don't need to go far left to win in 28. A moderate can easily win. Well, like I said, I stand by all the things I said, because if you look at, what's his name? Greg Palast, the investigative journalist Greg Palast. He has convinced me that there was some fuckery afoot with the 2024 election. So I still feel like you had Trump talking about Arnold Palmer's cock, and you had Trump talking about immigrants eating cats and dogs. And I was supposed to realize, like, oh yeah, Americans will fucking love that shit and vote for that. Like, that's sort of crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so, yeah, but thank you again for the incredibly disrespectful.
Some real news is always coming in with some hate, but we love you anyway.
Fuck your mom. No, you love him.
I love him. Yeah,
exactly. Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $10. I watched the Daily Wire for nearly 4 years, and you changed my worldview. Right libertarian to social democrat. When I found your show after the 2020 election, it brightens my day amidst the insanity. Well, thank you, Metalhead Matt, and thank you for being a significantly better person than whoever the asshole before you was. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Matt.
Taco Face Fart, thanks for the $5. Did the 9/11 fear-mongering over Mamdani's win give you a sense of nostalgia? These clowns made me feel like I was back in college. You know what? It actually did. I felt the exact same thing. I felt like we had hopped in a time machine and went right back to like 2003 when they used to fucking like fear-monger about Muslims because of 9/11, and they would fear-monger about like Saddam Hussein, and there was like hate crimes skyrocketed against Muslims, and like they would say the most unhinged shit about how like they're just not like us. They'd say stuff like that. And like it's all right back with Zoran immediately. It happened like that. So yeah, it did remind me of that.
The kitchen sink at him. They just tried like literally everything, and none of it worked. And then the last straw was just like, well, he's tan.
Right? Yeah. Kyle, there's been noise on Reddit about an unflattering caricature of an Indian man trolling that you reposted. Cavernacle even made a video about it. I saw Cavernacle made that video, and honestly, I it's just pathetic that they so. There was this story that came out that you have a bunch of, like, a lot of the big MAGA influencer accounts on social media are literally in Nigeria, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in India. So you have these big MAGA accounts with like millions and millions of followers, and it's just people in India and Pakistan trying to make money, or like literal bot farms. And they're like profiting off of the division in the US and feeding into the division in the US. So somebody made a meme of this like Indian guy typing away, and it says like, yes, I am an American. I love Hitler. Right. And it shows like, it shows that written on the screen, and it shows that the icon on Twitter is like of a white American guy saying it. Right. Yeah. But it's this Indian guy who's sitting there typing away saying that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the reason I posted that is because it's factually what actually fucking is happening. To call that racist is insane, bro. Racist means I think whites are superior to this group and that group and that group. That's what racism is like, I think they're superior to these other people. I don't believe that. I think people are all fucking equal, and I fight for equality every single fucking day on my show. Duh. That's fucking obvious. Then you got these little fucking virtue signaling freaks like the Cavernacle, who I otherwise like, and I watch a lot of his stuff, and he always has to do this bit of like I'm leftier than you, I'm holier than you, and you said something that I can take out of context and pretend means something that you obviously don't fucking mean, and then he gets to fucking accuse me and other lefties of being racist. No, the reason why everybody was joking and memeing and having fun with the memes about the Indians typing Hitler shit is because there are Indians typing Hitler shit into Twitter, and it's a fact, and we learned it from the stories. Now, you might not like those stories. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That shit existed, and it happened, and yes, we're going to joke and make fun of it because it's fucking hilarious. It's kind of crazy. It's also tragic that like it's leading further to the downfall of our country. But it's also kind of hilarious that you have like brown people in India and Pakistan making fucking Hitler memes and MAGA memes. And like, I'm not allowed to talk about that because it involves somebody who's Indian or Pakistani. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's this type of oversensitive, hyper leftist bullshit that makes leftists look bad. Like, no, the real leftists are with me joking and memeing and having fun about this insanely absurd story that came out. So yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch the video, but I was in the thumbnail. Like, he's like, leftists are being racist about Indian, and shows like my tweet there. And it's like, fuck you, bro. What the fuck are you doing? In the midst of fascism taking over the country, this is what you're doing. You're doing a video calling out fucking Kyle Kulinski, one of the biggest left-wing and liberal YouTubers in the country, who's out there every day arguing against fucking endless war, arguing against the corruption, arguing against the fucking concentration camps that are being built, arguing against the destruction of America and by extension, all these other countries that we're fucking bombing and invading and fucking up. I'm out there on the front lines fighting against that shit, and you're going to make a video saying I'm the fucking problem because I posted a joke about a story that factually happened? Like, fuck you, bro. What a joke. What a sick prick.
It's clickbait stuff.
No, he means it. He means it. He's one of those guys. He's like actually like fucking
really?
He stands on everything. No, he means it, but that makes it even more. It would almost be better.
That's insane. Yeah.
It would almost be better if he didn't mean it. Right? Because that'd be less insane than him fucking meaning it, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. I was also a huge Dave Rubin fan for a while. I even read his book. He promised to disappear forever if Biden survived 4 years as president. Still waiting. Oh, that's so true. I remember that clip. I remember that fucking clip. I need to go dig that one up because that can be useful in the future to drop that one on Dave when he says some shit about me at some point. To be like, hey, aren't you supposed to be fucking retired? And it's the clip.
He didn't think Biden would survive his 4 years.
He said, if Biden survives 4 years, I will retire. And Biden survived his 4 years and he didn't fucking retire. You know? Yeah, so I gotta dig that clip up. That's like a goated clip right there.
Thanks, Matt. You're a real one.
William Senevsky, thanks for the $5. Just saw Kyle's God as psych paper reference video, so no wonder why AI is taking college students' jobs. Then this is our best and brightest. Yeah, I mean, if that's who we are now, if that's like the intellectual capacity of the average American, then AI is going to take over even faster than we realize, because that lady that wrote that paper was a fucking jackass. So
yeah, and she's definitely not our best and brightest, because all she had to do was put that paper into fucking Chat GPT and it would have sounded better than sounded like whatever it sounded like.
You'd rather her put it into Chat GPT. Yeah, because at least Chat GPT would have made some semblance of an argument as opposed 100%. To just saying, God, because God, everything is because God. It's like, that's not a thing. Like, you can't just do that. That's a mental cop out, you know?
Oh my goodness.
Monica, thanks for the $5. Kyle, tell me you've watched Jeremy Fragrance. Jeremy Fragrance is hilarious, bro. Always fun watching y'all. Great combos. You know, I actually just watched a video. It's funny you mention him. Since I got into fragrances and stuff, I was watching all these other fucking, you know, like perfume influencers. I was watching Jet Sense's one. I was watching a bunch of them, but I hadn't heard of this Jeremy Fragrance guy until like this week. And so then I looked him up and I watched a video that was like the downfall of Jeremy Fragrance. And apparently this guy, he's like a fragrance influencer. He wanted to be something else. He wanted to be like a singer or something before. Mm-hmm. He was in like a band or some shit that didn't work out. So he does this fragrance YouTube channel and he like lost his mind. Allegedly, I don't know if this is true, but according to the video I watched, allegedly he started doing cocaine or other drugs or drinking alcohol or whatever. He got really skinny and like weirder looking. He also has bizarre fucking moments on air where it's like he fucking breaks down or something. His videos are like not making any sense. He looks like he hasn't slept in a week. And so something happened to him. I don't know what happened to him, but something's going on with that guy. But yeah, I just heard about him this week and I watched like a downfall of Jeremy Fragrance video. So interesting character for sure.
But he still makes the fragrance videos, even though he's like on a weirder scale.
He still makes the fragrance videos. The other thing, this was kind of fucked up, but he decided he was going to make his own fragrance and he like crowdfunded for it and said it was going to be like $40 or $50. Then it came out and he made it like over $100 and then he upped it even more to like multiple hundreds of bucks. I don't remember the exact number, but like his own people were like, what the fuck, man? Like, we fucking helped you crowdfund and then you jacked the price up on us. Like, this is fucking bullshit. He also crowdfunded and asked for it for some reason. And then the next week he recorded himself like buying a sports car. And people were like, what are you doing? Like, you told us you were going to use it for this and you're using it for that. So it was, that guy's been through a lot and he's kind of wild.
Sounds like Jeremy Fragrance. I mean, if you've got the name Jeremy Fragrance, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
Like something. So it's either you're either a porn star or a fragrance influencer.
Kyle, are you going to watch the 48th president tonight at 11, or will you watch him tomorrow on YouTube?
What's he going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What is he going on? Is it? I guess it would be Daily Show, right? The Daily Show's at 11, right? So
48th president. That's Trump.
no, 48th president. Would be
Jon Stewart.
Daily Show guest tonight. Let's see who he has on. Let's see who he has on.
No, what's Trump? Trump's the 47th president?
Yes, Trump's the 47th president.
So they're saying probably, are you going to watch?
So they're saying
president?
So the person who's going to replace Trump is going on the Daily Show tonight. But I just looked it up, and the person going on Monday, December 1st, according to Google, is Elizabeth Colbert, who I think
they're saying Jon Stewart's going to be the 48th president.
Oh! I thought they meant the guest of Jon Stewart was going to be the 48th president. Okay, you're right. No, I don't watch it. I don't watch it live. I never watch it live. I'm a big YouTube guy, and by the way, I feel like a fucking idiot for not understanding what you were trying to say there. It's not you, it's me, I promise. And this time, usually when people say that, they don't mean it. I mean it. It's not you, it's me. My brain's not working right now. But
imagine his guest becomes the 48th president. Bro, and you go back to this.
That's why I looked it up, and it said like Elizabeth Colbert, who I haven't heard of, who's an author, and I was like, man, I bet this Elizabeth Colbert woman is kind of cool. If this person's saying she's going to be our next president, I got to look into this woman, you know. But I watch him always the day after because I watch YouTube a lot. Number one, number two, I'm a big speeded up guy. Are you like this, Corin? I never listen to anything on regular speed. I always at least do 1.5 times speed. But if I'm being honest, I only do 1.5 times speed like less than 10% of the time. I really do double speed and sometimes 2.5 times speed.
Yeah, recently I've sped up my videos a little bit to just because sometimes people talk a little slow, but then halfway through I'm like, let me hear what he sounds like, and I go back to 1. But yeah, I have been speeding it up a little bit. Yeah,
I'm always at 2 or 2.5 these days. So and I watch Jon Stewart on 2 or 2.5, and sometimes I cover him, but you know, sometimes they're copyright sharks, the Daily Show, and they'll really pull my shit down, or they'll fucking like jack all the revenues. So yeah, they got to chill with that. That's a little OD. Weird. You know,
you also consume like a lot more, I feel like, content just on YouTube than I do.
Yeah,
that
probably.
You know, you watch it, at a faster speed.
Probably, yeah. Ayo Corin, keep Corin. Kyle Thuglinsky, I believe that if you were very carefully tried to understand fiction, it would fundamentally change your worldview and understanding of life. Thank you for all the knowledge. Bless your guys' kids. Well, thank you, Wergen Men. We appreciate that. Yeah. Is he trying to say that we should read fiction books? Is that what he's trying to say? I feel like that's what he's trying to say. If you very carefully try to understand fiction, it would fundamentally change your worldview and understanding of life.
So he wants us to read fiction, right?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've talked in the past about how I talk about how I never read fiction books.
Oh, and I talk about how I don't read books. Thank you, though, bro.
The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. What not for kids movies did you guys enjoy as kids? Have you seen Mommy Dearest or Serial Mom? Also, Google Evelyn Nesbit and share your thoughts. I haven't seen Mommy Dearest or Serial Mom.
I haven't seen those
and
either.
What movie did I see? Not for kids movies did I see as kids? I saw Twister with my family when I was young. So that was kind of cool. I don't know what other not for kids movie I saw. Maybe Predator. I saw Predator.
I don't think I've ever seen Predator.
I liked Predator as a kid. It's very good. Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yeah, that would be my answer to that one. And I will Google Evelyn Nesbit now, right before I go take a piss.
I feel like I've said this before, but I've watched The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Was a creepy one with like the nanny was like very evil, and she used to like, I think at the end of the movie she like the girl needs her inhaler and she's like withholding it from her. It was like super creepy movie. But I don't know. I just watched Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I feel like that's a kid's movie.
Oh, that's definitely a kid's movie.
Right.
All right, so Evelyn Nesbit was an American artist, model, chorus girl, and actress. She is best known for her career in New York City, as well as her husband, railroad scion Harry Kendall Thaw, whose obsessive and abusive fixation on both Nesbit and the prominent architect Stanford White resulted in White's murder by Thaw in 1906. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why you wanted me to look this woman up, but that's kind of crazy.
What did she do?
I just read it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. You can read about Nesbitt if you want while I take a piss real quick.
Let me look up Evelyn Nesbitt. I know Norbit. Evelyn Nesbitt. Model and actress. Crazy to see models from like. She was born in 1884 in Tarentum, Pennsylvania, and then died in January 17th, 1967 in Santa Monica, California. So she had a good trajectory of life going from Pennsylvania to California if she was a model. American Idol artist, model, chorus girl, and actress. Oh, these photos are so creepy. I feel like the goal of this was to see this lady in our nightmares. Yeah, it's very creepy. There's definitely something behind this of like Googling this lady and having some nightmares. Hopefully not. Here's the next one. Kyle, why I've tried a toilet with a bidet. It does change your life, Raw Racer. Me and Molly had one in our hotel in Hawaii, and it was a game changer. It like cleans your whole butt and just like opens up everything inside of you.
Yeah, a bidet. I'm not anti-bidet, but I've been a big wipes guy in my life.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Now the problem is they say they're flushable, but they're kind of not. Like they kind of lie about that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the problem with those. But if I could, I would use wipes all the fucking time. I guess bidet is like second best. But didn't we talk about this where some people they just spray the water, but they don't actually wipe after that, and it's like,
oh, wait, no, yeah, you need to wipe something.
You gotta wipe too. You can't just use the water. You gotta wipe and spray. You know?
Yeah. My thing with the flushable wipes is a regular wipe is good, but to your point, if you're flushing a regular wipe, it's definitely going to clog your toilet. And the flushable wipes, they're so thin that sometimes you wipe so hard that like your fingers poke through the wipe, and then
I've never done that shit.
Oh, I've never done
that shit because I respect the thinness of the wipe. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. You
gotta respect it.
Like this is the same as the other wipe, and then you poke a hole through the wipe, and then you just end up with your finger in your butt.
Fuck that, man. Hell no, that's crazy. But we got some bidet supporters in the audience. Duly noted.
Yeah, no, bidets.
Everybody's kind of a bidet supporter, you know.
Facts.
Kyle, where can I get one of these Bernie dolls? So they're probably talking about the one I have behind me right here.
Oh, what is that?
It's a Bernie doll.
Is that a thing?
Well, yeah, but here's the problem. I don't know if you guys could read this. See what that says?
You got that in 2016?
That's right.
Damn.
I think somebody sent it to me or something. And now I have a 2016 Bernie doll, unopened, mint condition. And so to answer your question, I don't know where. You could probably get it on eBay or something like that.
How did you get that?
So, like I said, I think somebody sent it to me.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was somebody with a campaign or whatever, but somebody sent it to me. And it was sitting in my office in New York. And I brought it back here. And I was like, let me put it like prominently display it behind me. So I got it in an area where you could see it. That's why the person's asking about it. But you know, I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they're still selling them. I don't know if there's a 2020 version. I don't know how many 2016s are still out there. Like I said, you can maybe go to eBay and probably find some Bernie stuff. I don't know if you'll find this one exactly, but yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to have, you know?
That is cool. Yeah, that's definitely a keepsake that is probably worth something. Someone likes that. There was when, that New York Post newspaper was going for a lot of money for Zoran. Like when it was the Daily News.
We got that shit. No, it was New York Post, I think.
Yeah, maybe the
New York Post. We got that. We got both the one when he got elected. We got that one, and we got the one with him and Trump in the White House.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Those are going to be worth money.
Those are going to be worth. I still have the 9/11 newspapers in my basement.
So what happened was that's crazy. So what happened was Crystal reached out to my sister and said, "Can you get us? Can you get us this?" And my sister was like, "You got it." And so she got both of them for us.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. That's a good get. Those were going for good money, so they're going to be worth a lot.
For sure.
Another bidet comment.
I installed a bidet. I feel like a cretin every time I have to use toilet paper. Yeah, I mean, look, Americans don't have the best anal health, if we're being honest. You know, just wiping is not like that's sort of primitive as fuck. You know.
Yeah. You need some water in there.
Kyle, do they still do the Politicon thing? Missed it when you did a while back. Jaden, thank you for the $10, by the way. And they don't. They don't. I think COVID was the thing that killed it, and I don't even think there's ever been an attempt to bring it back since COVID. But speaking of, I actually saw that in my office right next to my Bernie action figure. I saw my Politicon talent badge. I still have that as well. And so, maybe they'll bring it back someday. I don't know. The people who ran it, I got to be honest with you, I have no idea how they made it profitable. I don't think it was profitable.
I remember you saying that.
So I don't know. I mean, I can see why they're not doing it because like they're probably hemorrhaging money doing it. So who can afford to just put that on for shits and giggles and lose money? So yeah, but maybe they will bring it back. If they bring it back, I'll, of course, that's something we could potentially do. And hopefully I don't get shot.
I feel like they still had like a podcast or something that they did or something.
I think that's right. I think they had like James Carville continue to do a podcast for them.
Like the only guy still on their payroll, or maybe he thinks he's on their payroll. Thanks, Jaden.
Andrew Lane Gordon, thanks for the $10. Reaching out to urge an episode of KKF, Corin's World Secular Talk, focused purely on environmental issues. I'm weeks away from graduating with an ecology degree, and it's grim as fuck. Please invite an expert. Yeah, that's true. No, you're right. You're right. We should do a KKF thing on the environment because
we all know it should.
Yeah, I feel like there's not that much reporting on it anymore, which is part of the problem because then like I don't see it, I don't talk about it because I don't see many articles on it. But there used to be like Huffington Post, I feel like used to have like a whole environment section. No, Think Progress had a whole environment section where I could pick stories from that to do on my show. Now Think Progress doesn't even exist anymore. So it's been a little tough to like sort of keep up to date with shit like that.
Thanks, Andrew.
Starry is rebranded Sierra Mist that lost the name rights of it to an OnlyFans girl. Really? Wow, that's crazy. But by the way, it tastes different to me. I've had Sierra Mist and I've had Starry. I feel like Starry tastes very much sweeter than Sierra Mist.
Yeah, maybe they added more sugar in the shit, but that's crazy that like an OnlyFans girl fucking bested a Pepsi brand.
It's that sort of reminds me of when the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, lost WWF to the World Wildlife Foundation or something like that.
Yeah,
and so they had to change it to WWE. Yeah, I remember that.
That was a sad day when they changed that logo. When the F's not in there, it looks whack.
Kyle, would you ever have Brianna Joe Gray back on the pod? I know you guys had a somewhat heated debate about Biden around 2022. Is there still beef? No, there's no beef. I like Brianna. I think she likes us. I'm sure we still have our political disagreements, but no, I always respected Brianna, always loved Brianna. So yeah, no, I'd have no problem having her back on at all.
Yeah, she was cool people. She was at your wedding. She was really nice.
Yeah, she's cool. Have plenty of love for her. Hey Kyle, what's the story on why 5149 James Lee was fired from Breaking Points? So, from what I gathered about that, he did an interview with this Elijah Schaefer character. And Elijah Schaefer is, I believe, being sued either by Kash Patel or by his girlfriend or both. And Elijah Schaefer is also like a very well-known far right-winger, sort of like openly anti-Semitic. The guy is really bad news, like a total piece of shit, aligned with all the characters that I fucking despise, the Nick Fuentes types and the Tucker Carlson types. So anyway, James Lee did an interview with Elijah Schaefer. And it was a total fucking softball interview where you got this guy who's like a well-known open anti-Semite and is currently being sued by either Kash Patel or his girlfriend or both. And he didn't ask any like tough questions. And so Breaking Points was getting legal threats. They were getting lawsuit threats. And so they basically said to James Lee, like, hey, thank you for everything you've done, but we can't run this, and we're not going to run this because we're not going to get sued because you did a shitty fucking interview with a guy who's both an anti-Semite and getting sued. And then James Lee decides to go on his little fucking virtue signaling tour like he's some sort of victim or hero. And it's like, nah, bro, you just did a shitty interview with a guy who's getting sued, and the Breaking Points didn't want to open themselves up to fucking legal liability. So, of course, they're not going to run your shit, So anyway, that's the backstory, and he's going to continue to go on his little like virtue signaling tour and humiliate himself. And good luck to him doing that. It's not going to work out well.
Yeah, fall back, James Lee.
Big Mouth Stand, thanks for the $10. Am I bugging or is hip hop dead? When was the last time a major artist broke on the scene and became mainstream? Maybe Pop Smoke, Jack Harlow, or Ice Spice. I grew up on DMX, Jay-Z, Nas, 50 Cent, and Jadakiss. Yeah, I mean, look, speaking as a 37-year-old white guy who's sort of not really all that plugged into the music world, or at least not the modern up-to-date music world, it does kind of feel like that to me. But what's the hot shit now? Is it? I feel like what NBA YoungBoy maybe is the big.
I don't even know. There's
biggest
too
hip
many.
hop guy.
Like, there's too many artists. Is I feel like the problem right now. I feel like back in the day there was just a couple.
There's a beef going on right now, and I feel like here I'm going to tell everybody exactly what it is in 1 second.
There's a rapper that just signed to play football at the University of Syracuse, and he's like a 25-year-old rapper that apparently.
Oh, that's like when Master P went to the NBA. Remember that?
Yeah. But this guy's 25, just now signing to Syracuse to play football. Tutsi is his name or something. Tuzi.
Huh.
But to me, that's the issue, is that there's too many artists to make anybody really go mainstream. And back in the day, there was like MTV and like TV shows to like prop a lot of these artists up. But now I think there's just there's YouTube, there's so many different music outlets and streams that no one can really become mainstream anymore, because it's like one-hit wonders and that's it, you know?
Yeah. So the most recent shit, sometimes I watch that reactor No Life Shack. I don't know if you've heard of him, Corin.
No.
The No Life Shack reacts to all like the music shit.
Okay.
And like I'll watch his videos sometimes, and so that keeps me somewhat up to date with what's going on. I also watch Screwface Jean sometimes. He's another reactor that I like watching, hip hop reactor guy that I like watching. And so the thing I saw recently is that you got NBA YoungBoy in a beef with NLE Choppa, and they've been having like this beef going back and forth. That's the extent of my knowledge of like what's happening in hip hop these days. But yeah, to your point, I do feel like it's a little more niche, but at the same time, like everything is now more niche, you know, like there is no monoculture anymore. When all of us were younger, there was a monoculture where like everybody would watch the same shows. Everybody would listen to the same music. There was some sort of connectivity between everybody. Now, one person's in this algorithm over here on YouTube, and another person's in this algorithm on YouTube. This one's on Instagram. This one's, you know, whatever, on fucking TikTok or some shit. And so you don't get that same connectivity. So, you know, if you're really into hip hop, I'm sure people know, hey, here are the hot new artists, yada, yada. But yeah, to somebody like me and Corin, it's like, you know, we're not totally up to date with that. So you have a point. You have a point, Big Mouth Sam.
And he must have been an East Coaster, because if he grew up on DMX, Jay-Z, Nas, 50 Cent, and Jadakiss, those are all East Coast rappers, you know?
Correct. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, though, bro.
Noah Redlake, thanks for the $10. Thank you both for this awesome podcast. Kyle, I'm curious who you would say are the top 5 best U.S. senators at the moment. Dems need new leadership now more than ever. That's a great question. All right, so let's do this. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Bernie Sanders, fucking obvious. Honestly, Elizabeth Warren is still pretty obvious. In terms of her voting record, she's still one of the best, even though, you know, we all hated her in 2020 because how she stabbed Bernie in the back. But facts are facts. She has a good voting record and shit, and she's good on a lot of the issues.
She did to Bernie.
I know, and everybody, and I still feel some type of way about that. But if I'm just being objective here about like it's a math problem, like who's with us a more higher percentage of the time. So those are two that are great. Then you gotta go Chris Van Hollen, bro. You gotta go. He has fucking stepped up like nobody's business. He's giving Bernie a run for his money right now with how on point Chris Van Hollen is being.
Where's he from?
Chris Van Hollen, I believe, is Maryland. Oh, okay. And he helped get Kilmar Abrego Garcia free. Right. He's the one who went down to El Salvador for that. He helped get a 16-year-old American who was being held hostage by Israel. He got that person freed, which was amazing. Yeah. He just accused Trump of committing murder on live TV by saying he's killing all these innocent fishermen in you know, the Caribbean. So he's sort of like a leader in many ways now. So he's one of the top ones. Outside of that, I'd say Chris Murphy's up there these days. He's, you know, screaming at Chuck Schumer to fight more and stuff like that. And I don't know, there's a bunch of people who could take the 5th spot. So I don't want to choose one over another because I feel like it'd be unfair, but let's go with those for the top 4. And then, you know, in the House, you got, I think Ro Khanna has really stepped up recently in the House with the Epstein file stuff. He's really leading the way on a lot of fronts. So yeah, I mean, some leaders are emerging and it's good to see. I would like to see Chris Van Hollen be the new leader in the Senate, but I think he wants to run for president. So then if not him, I'd say Chris Murphy should be the leader, but definitely not Chuck Schumer anymore. But yeah, some people are stepping up, man. Some of the Democrats are stepping up and it's good to see.
Appreciate you, Noah.
Corin, that Target seltzer strawberry mango is the best. From Leanna, thanks for the $5.
Yo, banger. The Good and Gather strawberry mango from Target. Shit slaps. Definitely a good one.
I didn't understand Kyle's hate for the winter until I visited New York and Pennsylvania. Bro, it's violently cold. Come visit Seattle. You'll love it in comparison. Well, Jerry, shout out to you, man. Thank you for understanding where I'm coming from on that. I would say that the problem with Seattle is it rains all the fucking time. It's warmer than the Northeast, but it rains all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, ever since I spend more of my time now in DC and Virginia, honestly, it's helped a lot, bro. Like, it is way better than New York in the winter. Like, way better. So it doesn't, I don't feel the same way. There used to be this heaviness in the winter to me where I'd be like, I'm fucking pissed all the time. Now it's not as bad. Mix that with the fucking yellow, orange ass hippie glasses that I got that are like curing fucking seasonal depression. And I'm chilling, dog. Like, I'm good money. So
and you're onto something. Look, Google Tom Brady at the Michigan game this weekend.
He was wearing them shits?
He was wearing them shits.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're ahead of something or onto something there. He wore them all through his is he wearing them in the photos?
Well, I typed in Tom Brady Michigan and it's him like
oh no, yeah, like
playing.
Michigan Ohio State game or something like that this weekend. He's wearing like a weird little like old school hat.
I see it. Yeah. No, I'm telling you guys, man, you don't understand. Like, as somebody who for my whole life I always felt like shit in the fucking winter. When I put those glasses on, man, that make everything yellowy and orangey, like, it takes a gray day and makes it feel like it's bright. And it takes a bright day and makes it feel like you're in heaven. So I'm just saying, if you have seasonal depression, go to Amazon right now and type in like 1970s glasses, 1970s yellow glasses or something, and buy those shits, and you are very fucking welcome.
You're going to have a whole like Gen Z generation of people out there wearing like these glasses.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, like, you know what? And I tested my theory too this weekend. I was wearing them when Crystal was getting her hair done in the city, and her hairdresser, I told him, I was like, bro, put these on, bro. And I can always tell who struggles in the winter by their reaction when they put them on. Because the ones who struggle in the winter, the second they put them on, they go,
it just brightens everything up instantaneously, right?
Yeah, they have this moment of like relief of like, oh shit, I can have this all the time. Yes, you can.
I'm thinking about like when I turn the brightness up on my phone, you know, like when it's like the middle thing and I just put it up, I'm like, oh my God, this is so much easier to see.
So much better to see. Right, exactly. So, but here's the thing though, the style of those glasses I fucking hate. Like the circular 1970 shit, it looks goofy as fuck. So now the project that I'm engaged in is I'm trying to find a pair that has the exact same color lenses, but has a shape I like a more square, rectangular, fucking like Cartier style type shit.
Pair is like kind of like a squarish, circular-ish type of look. It's not fully circle, but it's got a little bit of square to it, if I remember.
Yeah, I need some shit like that. And unfortunately, I've been searching far and wide, and I found nothing that's the same lens color. Nothing.
Oh, really?
So some shit is too yellow, some shit is too orange. No shit is the exact same as the one I have. So nothing else has the same effect, bro. I'm telling you, like, the effect of these shits in particular is medicinal. Like, the other shits, it might get close, but it's not. It doesn't really have that punch like this one does. So I'm trying to find, maybe somebody can, like, custom make those shits. That would be amazing. So we're trying to figure that out now because I don't like the style of these ones. But that being said, even if I can't get a better style, you will see me wearing those 1970s hippie ass fucking glasses because those shits work like a motherfucker.
I might try them out. You might see me rocking them shits on air. But yeah, maybe there's an Etsy shop that can make a custom pair for you.
We looked on Etsy too so far.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Damn.
What's the deal with this Irina Zarutska situation? I keep seeing right wingers talk about it, but rarely right wingers. What's going on? I think this is the woman who was like murdered on a bus by a mentally ill black guy, and then they used it to like, you know, basically fearmonger about black people and, you know, do their white nationalist talking points. Yeah, it's like it's a psycho guy who did a psycho thing, and like, by the way, immediately arrested. He's immediately arrested, right? And he's going to face justice. So yeah, the right wingers talk about it because it helps them push white nationalist talking points. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Ukrainian girl, I think, too, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
And lefties don't talk about it because lefties don't really talk about random instances of street crime in any scenario. You know, like, why would we talk about some random crime that happened in Cleveland or fucking, you know, Wyoming or wherever the fuck? It's like, that's just street crime. Like, it's bad, but there's not a national political issue over it. They're making it one because it was a mentally ill black guy who killed a white woman, you know?
Thanks, Cole.
Alrighty, Kyle, I got my 50-year-old dad to watch you, and he's rocking with you now, but not long after you dropped the RFK felching video.
Hopefully that wasn't the first video that you try to convince him on.
Been a fan since you covered Brexit back in like 2015, 16. Much love, guys. Well, thank you, the Squiggle Man. I appreciate that. And tell your pops to look into felching.
Thanks,
That's
Squiggle
another
Man.
thing. That's another thing that's great for seasonal depression. You do some felching, and all of a sudden, you're happy for at least a week, bro. That's what happens.
You do the felching in the yellow glasses.
Right.
Your life is just fucking complete.
You become basically like a king. You're like a king if you do that. Low key though, you got to be a cool ass dude if you're felching in those glasses. That's wild.
What I'm saying. Like life complete if you're felching those glasses.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's crazy. Cartoon 49, thanks for the $5. What's your take about separating the art from the artist in media, especially in movies and music, from problematic artists and actors, or has bad politics? Look, I'm generally a fan of that idea. Me and Corin have talked about this, right? I didn't stop listening to R. Kelly. I didn't stop listening to Chris Brown. I like their music. Their music is fucking good to me. Now, are there times where I'm maybe a hypocrite and I will not separate the art from the artist? I'm sure that happens from time to time too. But I generally am supportive of the idea of separating the art from the artist. I guess I can make a couple, if it's like murder or pedophilia, then it's like, hey, sort of fuck you. But then again, like if a Michael Jackson song comes on the radio, I don't turn that shit off. That's So yeah. I guess I am sort of fully on the side of don't or do separate the art from the artist. So yeah. I don't know. I've gone Cartoon 49. I've gone back and forth on this question many times, and me and Corin have talked about it over the years, and I've sort of flip-flopped my position on it. So I'm not sure what I think about it, but at the moment I lean more towards, separate the art from the artist.
Same. I feel like I'm the same. I lean more towards separate the art from the artist because, I feel like they're two separate, they're two separate entities.
Totally. Jerry Gonzalez, thanks for the $10. How do you guys feel about driving next to semi-trucks with no driver? In Texas, an autonomous truck was able to drive from one city to the other, but on a bigger scale, I think they could cause problems. They fucking absolutely will cause problems, because there was a story, a Waymo killed a cat the other day. And there's going to be problems. Look, here's the thing. Full self-driving is not fucking easy, because what computers can't account for is common sense. They can't make on-the-fly adjustments that you and I can make. They are programmed with hard and fast rules that they have to abide by. But there are many instances in life where you have like multiple hard and fast rules that contradict each other, and you need to make a call in the moment based on your logic and your reason. They don't have logic and reason. They are just programmed. And so you have all these scenarios where it's like these ethical conundrums where it's like, well, what do you do when there's like a kid in the middle of the road, but if you miss the kid, you drive into a lake or some shit? Like, what is the AI going to do? We don't fucking know. Like full automatic driving, full AI driving shouldn't even be fucking street legal. Like, what are we talking about here? So it's absolutely going to be a problem. I would hate to see those fuckers on the road. By the way, being a trucker is like one of the main fucking professions in the country. And if we have AI driving take over, all these people lose jobs. What are those people going to fucking do? How are they going to make money? How are they going to survive? And so I'm fucking hardcore on AI these days, where I just want to fucking almost straight up ban that shit. I mean, maybe I'm being a little too harsh, and maybe it's like strictly regulated versus ban it, but like there's societal consequences here that people are not taking seriously. Like the total destruction of the economy, stealing everybody's job. Also, billionaires can get wealthy because of these fucking machines. Fuck those machines and fuck those billionaires. Like that shit is not acceptable. So I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. No truck drivers would be madness. I mean, like that's got to be like a highly touted position in our country or some shit like that. But yeah, there's a feature on my Traverse and Molly's car too that like it'll automatically like stop if it detects a person in front of my car or some shit. But it's like it'll always like slow down or brake my car, like pump the brakes when there's not even a person there. Like it picks up the wrong shit too. So like
same with mine. So I have a truck. Are you still there? You look like you froze.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I have a truck, and it's got like driver assist in it. It doesn't have like full AI. It's just got like these little things that they think they're helping you, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it'll give me the alarm like I'm about to crash when I'm not about to fucking crash, and it's like fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But it like shakes the car a little bit.
Yes,
like,
yes. Yeah. And it hits me with a loud beeping noise too. The other thing is we have another car that has the same thing, like a driving assist thing, but this one is for the lane. To like try to stay in the middle of the lane.
Bring you back.
I fucking hate it, because there are times where I don't want to be in the middle of the lane because a car's coming from the other direction. I want to give that motherfucker a little more space, so I want to hug the right side of the lane, but you go to do it and it's like, nope, stay in the middle.
And it's like you have to tug back at your wheel a little bit more, like it's dangerous.
Yes. And it's like, hey, asshole, I know more than you do, okay? And you want me to give this car a foot and a half of space in between me and it going 60 miles an hour in different directions. I want to give this motherfucker 4 feet instead of 1.5 feet. So let me do that shit. So I fucking hate it. I'm a big
That's what I'm saying. So how, like,
hater,
with
bro.
the AI truck, like, what if it randomly detects, a person in front of them on a highway when there's like 4 different cars behind you, and it stops the tractor trailer, and then it fucking causes a 20-car pileup because this AI thought it was a fucking person when it was really just like a leaf in the street or some shit.
People have used the AI driving mode on Teslas because Elon said, "Oh, it's good. You can use it now," and they've crashed.
Yeah.
And they've crashed. It's not fucking ready. It's not ready.
No, 100%. Thanks, Jerry.
Nathan Ogilvy, shout out. Thanks for the $20. Washed up YouTuber Kyle Kulinski didn't release a video titled "Special Needs Billionaire Gives Sloppy Toppy to Zoran Mamdani. He's banished from the left until he rectifies this. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Yeah. You're right. I haven't done it. I figure I can only do one sloppy toppy video, one special needs billionaire and sloppy toppy thing in a headline, one a year. I allow myself, so we got a while before we can do that one again.
Thanks, Nathan.
Mohit, thanks for the $5. Will there be, or can you predict any political or sports miracle in December?
Sports miracle, December. The Knicks are going to win the NBA Cup. That's my prediction.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Winning something would be so cool, and the NBA Cup.
To see the Knicks holding up a trophy would be phenomenal. They have to beat the Pistons, and then I think if they beat the Pistons, then they go to Vegas, and it's the semifinals and the championship. So it's doable.
Yes, let's go. And I was at the game where they beat the Bucks, bro.
And Giannis played too, which was like cool to see Giannis in person.
Yeah, everybody on the Knicks played great except Cat. Cat got locked the fuck up, but everybody else played great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of agree. I was actually going to say the same thing for this for the sports prediction. For a political miracle in December, I think I don't want to jinx it, bro, but I really feel like Afton Bain can win in Tennessee. So there's a special election in Tennessee, Corin. It's like a Trump plus 22 district, but it's a Democrat versus Republican. And I really think Afton Bain is going to win. I think she's going to win, bro. But, like, I don't want to say that because I don't want to jinx it. But, like, that's my feeling. I just feel like because we crushed in the fucking elections we just had, it was overwhelming. And I just feel like that anger is still out there right now.
But in a lot of blue states, is Tennessee blue or
Tennessee is not blue? That's the thing. And that's what Crystal is saying. Crystal, who, by the way, she correctly predicted Zoran's win. So I almost want to defer more to her. But Crystal says she thinks Afton's going to lose, but come very close. That's basically the gist of it.
It reminds me of when Beto, what was it? Beto O'Rourke?
Beto O'Rourke.
Wasn't he close to beating Cruz in Texas?
Yes, he was very close. He came within like 2 points or something like that. It was kind of crazy.
Now what the fuck is he doing?
I don't know, actually.
Like playing his guitar and shit. Thanks, Mo.
Following my previous question, what if instead all top progressives were organized using an objective middleman, a mediator? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, robotic guy. I there's an old saying about the left, and the saying goes, trying to organize the left is like herding cats. I think that is just spot on. I think that's just spot on. Because
if anybody can herd cats, it's you, as we know.
Yeah, but only one. I can only herd one. I can't herd like 12, And like we were just talking about, I was just yelling at Cavernacle called me racist, and I was just yelling at him earlier. What about that makes you think we're going to be in a group chat, like fucking agreeing on what to cover? Like it's just in the nature of the lefty. And so I don't think it's going to work. I do think though, there's like a natural thing that happens where a lot of people in this space will see something that's working, see arguments that are landing, and then they will start using those arguments, which is a good thing. Like I've heard other YouTubers make points that I've made on my show, and I go, good, I want as many people as possible to make that point. So there's like a little natural organization that occurs like that, but in terms of like behind the scenes stuff, no. I think on a small scale you could do it. You could do it with like a group of like 4 or 5 people. But as soon as you get like 10, 12, 20, then it's like people start to fucking hate each other, little cliques develop, and it becomes a problem.
Facts. Thanks, Robotics Guy.
The Radical Moderate, thanks for the $5. What's one thing that changed for both of you after COVID-19? Me personally, I'll forever be salty that they got rid of the 24/7 Walmarts. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I feel like
24/7 Walmarts.
I feel like a lot of shit changed after COVID that just never fucking came back, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was always working remote. You've always like kind of worked remote with your channel. And then after COVID, I was still remote. So like to me, well, now I don't have a job, but going back into an office always seemed so foreign. It was like, what, like I don't even know how it was required to come in here every single day and be forced to sit next to some random fucking, not a random person, but like that to me was it opened up my eyes to like being able to work from home and still get the same amount of shit done that you did in an office.
Yeah, I remember when they brought the NBA back in the bubble. Then when they finally started real games in real life, they first abided by like the social distancing rule, right?
Yes,
And
you
they
had to
had
wear a
like
mask. Yeah, I went to a Bucks
and
game in Milwaukee.
it was like 25% or 50% full stadiums because of
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But there's things I'm definitely blanking. I don't have a good answer for you, Radical Moderate, but there's definitely things that have changed that are like permanent changes that I don't like. That like, companies decided to be lazy now and give us less because of COVID, and they just never went back to what it was like beforehand. But I'm blanking on this stuff now.
I mean, the space, like the 6 feet separation, was kind of like a cool thing. To your point, it's like anyone who gets too close to my face now, I'm almost like chill, chill. There still could be some COVID shit out there, so like
Yeah,
don't get too
yeah.
close.
COVID destroyed everybody's immune system. It made it
Yeah,
so like none of our bodies remember diseases we fought off before, and so people get sick way more often. And that's why people need to fucking like give people space, bro, because you're gonna fucking get people sick.
yep.
The Bogey, the Kaizen Dragon, thanks for the $5. Trump CBS interview outtake that was missed. Paraphrasing, he said 2020 was rigged, and that means he's allowed to do it again. A while ago, but question mark. Did he actually say that, bro? That's insane. That's insane. Trump CBS 2020. I want to type that in. Trump CBS 2020.
Trump CBS interview. I'll take that was missed. Paraphrasing.
Okay, I typed it in. I'll see if I could find it later because that would be a crazy fucking thing to say out loud.
Yeah, I mean, he probably knows. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
Because that's him saying, like, of course I'm going to steal it,
I'm gonna read it again. Yeah.
Here, let me plug in my computer. I'm making pancakes and bacon and fizzy drinks for the ladies while you're still snoring. I'm 68. Age is a decision. Respect, George.
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of that.
That's true. That's true. And you make really good pancakes and bacon. I'm not a fizzy drink guy. I never got into that fad of making the soda stream. Like,
yeah,
give me some real soda.
I can't believe George is 68. You don't look 68, George.
Yeah, he's doing
shout
well.
out to George. Am Water. Thank you for the $50. All right, Americans, you know what to do. Protest the U.S. invasion of Venezuela. Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. So apparently, if Trump does go for it and try to actually bomb inside Venezuela and do regime change, Tim Kaine says that Congress will vote to block it. That Congress will vote against that happening, continuing, I should say. So that might be why he hasn't pulled the trigger yet, even though there's like 11 warships that we sent there and like 15,000 troops, and they've been there for a while. And a lot of people are going, well, what the fuck? If he's going to do it, why hasn't he done it yet? That might be why, is that Congress has said to him, like, if you do it, we will block you through Congress. And then that he's in direct violation of a congressional order, which could lead to impeachment, like actually lead to impeachment. And you'd have some Republicans break ranks and vote with the Democrats on that. So that's what Tim Kaine says. I hope he's right, but I guess we might find out, unfortunately.
But Tim Kaine is the one he said is retarded, right?
Tim Kaine?
Yeah.
No. That's Tim Walz. He called Tim Walz retarded.
Oh.
Yeah. Kyle, I heard you quote Peter Schiff once. Not to be trusted. I think you'd appreciate Max and his UNFTR.
UNFTR.
And watch Arit Trading's daily vid trust. So Bogey the Kaizen Dragon, thank you for the $5, by the way. The only time I've ever quoted Peter Schiff approvingly is that he called the 2008 crash, which he was right about. But I often point out he's also a psychotic libertarian who's right for the wrong reasons about certain things. So yeah, I've never given him credit outside of that because I know he's a doctrinaire libertarian and he's sort of insane because of that. But yes, I know. Don't worry. I'm very wary of that man. I know he's got major issues, but I appreciate it. In New York State, the commercial washers must reach a temperature of 180 degrees Fahrenheit that will kill anything. Low key, the fork won't kill you. Ha ha ha. Yeah, George, I never had an issue with the fork, so this one's all for you, Corin.
Yeah, but I still don't think people are even using commercial dishwashers in a lot of these fucking restaurants. They're cleaning that shit either by hand or they're throwing it in a sink with some soapy ass water in that shit and calling it a day. So that shit might kill us. Just beware.
Hey guys, I saw the DOAC podcast with Tristan Harris. I'm shooketh. Have you guys seen no. The DOAC? Do you know what podcast that is, Corin?
Oh, no, I thought that said, what do you think? What? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Or is that the name of a podcast? Have you seen?
No, read the whole message from the beginning.
Hey guys, I saw the DOAC. Oh, no, I don't know.
DOAC. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, Diary of a CEO. That's what the person's talking about.
Oh.
So it's an AI expert. We have 2 years before everything changes. We need to start protesting. So I guess it's an AI expert. Oh, is this the guy who worked in AI and he's sounding the alarm? I think this might be the guy who works in AI and he was like, you know what? This thing is going to fucking ruin everything.
I mean, it's coming regardless, AI. Like, there's no, like, protesting isn't going to stop that shit.
You know? I don't know, man. We could fucking... I mean, I actually think we might end up jailing a lot of these fucking billionaires, if I'm being honest with you, because they're actually criminals and they're actually like openly committing crimes, and like there might be some real accountability when we get power again. You know, I know that some Democrats are trying to suck up to them, like Hakeem Jeffries, but like any real ass Democrat would need to seriously be like, we're gonna lock you assholes up for the crimes you committed. Elon Musk was cutting fucking pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels. He's got to be locked up. He's a criminal. All that shit was like fucking total bullshit and illegal. You know. So I hope we get to that point. This sounds like something that's right up Crystal's alley, by the way, the podcast that this person just asked us about. I haven't watched it. Corin hasn't watched it, but Crystal's been on this for a while, like all the AI stuff. And I guess I'll watch this one. It came out 4 days ago, apparently. But I'm sure this guy gives us some horrifying facts in there about how all the jobs are going to be gone and all sorts of crazy shit.
I just think the AI is not going anywhere. You know, like it's not.
Yeah, but like if we do nothing... Like, I don't think people truly understand how much of a societal shifting thing this is.
But how can you straight ban it, though? You know, like...
Okay, because if we don't, everybody loses their job.
Yeah.
Everybody loses their job. What do you do when they say, we don't have a social safety net anymore, so you're not going to have your Medicaid because we cut that. You're not going to have food stamps or be able to go to the food bank because we cut that. You're not going to make any fucking money. And, oh, yeah, by the way, we just gave billions of dollars more to the fucking... billionaires who created the AI and are profiting off of it, and they're the only ones profiting off of it. What does society do? When you can't eat, you don't have health care, and the billionaires are getting richer and richer, and they have these machines that do all the work. What happens? Society's going to collapse at some point because the economy won't work anymore. It won't function anymore. People can no longer buy the goods that are made by the fucking machines or the billionaires. Right?
Yeah, it's a good ass point.
Yeah. So what happens? There's a fucking massive revolt. So some shit is going to give, bro. At some point, some shit is going to give. I don't know. Best case scenario we might be looking at is they overpromised with AI. It can't do half the shit or fucking 80% of the shit they say it's going to do. The bubble bursts. And in that case, people lose their job, but at least it's fucking temporary, right? Because it would be a downturn, to be a recession or a depression or something like that. And we bounce back. When the best case scenario is a recession or depression, you know we're cooked. Because the other alternate thing that could happen is they're right. AI is actually going to take everybody's job. And then what the fuck happens? We're just all unemployed in perpetuity without any fucking money. It's just insane. You know?
True.
Inconspicuous typos. Thanks for the $5. It snowed this weekend and I am happy. It made for a great opening weekend at the ski resort. Sorry, Kyle. Just got to glaze winter a little bit. I got you, bro. I got you. Enjoy your winter. The people out there who do. But
what ski resort are you at? What state are you in? I'm curious. It's supposed to snow here tonight. I think they've already put schools on a 2-hour delay. But
yeah, I was watching one of the weather YouTube channels earlier, and they were saying a big ass snowstorm is coming.
Yeah, so winter is coming.
We're good though. We're gonna get cold weather where I am, but it's not gonna snow. It looks like it's not gonna snow. So
you know what I was thinking? The different perspectives of like a parent when we were growing up, and like a snowstorm coming, and the kid like wanting to cancel school. Now I'm like, if a snowstorm hits, I'm like, no, don't cancel school. Don't.
Totally.
But as a kid, I was waiting for that shit to get canceled fucking right away.
But now you're like, oh, I'm on dad duty, double time, you know?
It's coming tomorrow, man. Fuck.
X Black Ops fan, thanks for the $5. Kyle, have you ever debated or been interested in debating Sagar on Breaking Points? I mean, I've done shows with Sagar before, and we've gone back and forth and disagreed on certain things, but we've never considered doing like a formal debate or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm not exactly gonna go to Crystal or Sagar and say, "Let me debate Sagar." You know.
Thanks, Black Ops.
Big orange tea. Thank you for the $7. I grew up in Southern Ontario. I always watched much music, country music television, and the Nashville Network. We didn't have MTV until 2001. Jeez Louise, man, that is wild. But me, it's funny you say that. Me and Crystal were just talking about this shit earlier. Is like all the NBA games that are on all these other fucking things. It's like on Peacock and League Pass, and you can't find it. And then so we have this Fubo TV thing, and Fubo just dropped MS Now, which is formerly MSNBC, and that's the shit that we always keep on when we're doing our shows live in the background. And so now we can't fucking watch that because they took it away. And it's like all of this shit is so overcomplicated and expensive now. They should have never stopped with just cable. Yep. Just cable was fucking fine. It costs whatever it costs, and you have everything all in one.
Exactly.
Now there's 78 streaming services, and you get 6 of them. You still don't have the channel you fucking want. It's like, it's so stupid.
There's no ESPN this week because they're fighting.
There's contract negotiations every fucking year. You lose a channel, you gain a channel. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. This is not acceptable.
Yeah, no, to your point, watching an NBA game now is so incredibly hard to understand what network it's on. Like, you got to look up what channel it's on. I remember I
was going to say we have League Pass, and I was going to watch the Knicks game the other day, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even because, like, the Knicks were playing the Wizards, and the Wizards were blacked out in our area because we're in the area for the Wizards. No, they were playing the Nets, and they wouldn't let us watch it on League Pass. And it's like, why?
Oh, when I was growing up, I think my Little League baseball team was sponsored by the Country Music Television, and I don't know if there was a guy who I always thought he was like the owner of the Country Music Television, but I think he just worked there. And he got them to sponsor our team. But I've always had this memory that the owner of like Country Music Television, I don't think it's around anymore, but they had a cool logo. I think the CMT was in all different letters. It was like
I'm sure they're still around. There's got to be a Country Music Television still.
There probably is, right?
Yeah, there's got to be. There's so many channels, bro. There's got to be. That one still's got to exist. Have you noticed any change in your audience composition post second term Trump? I feel like people are finally seeing the left as a non-radical group. Yes. So Patriot for Peace, it's a great question. And my answer is what I've noticed is liberals becoming leftists at a rapid pace and centrists becoming leftists at a rapid pace. That's what I've noticed is, these people who would have been like maybe in the Democratic tent, but like on the other side of the Democratic tent compared to me, the people who supported Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders, for example, all of those people are now like, fucking give me a pitchfork, break out the guillotines. Like, we're fucking done with these people. We are now hardcore lefties. We're wearing Che Guevara shirts. Like, that's what's happening, is liberals and centrists are becoming leftists. So yes, that is happening at a rapid pace, and I'm seeing it. I'm noticing it.
Appreciate you, Patriot for Peace.
Jorgensen, thanks for the $5. Boys trip to Albuquerque. Whenever I hear Albuquerque, I think of Breaking Bad. That's the first thing I think of. Yeah.
That's why I'd be down, because all the shows that I like, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and now Pluribus, all take place in that Albuquerque area, that I would just do a tour of all of the spots that, the show took place on.
It's just so cool to go see like the Sopranos house or the fucking Breaking Bad house. It's just so cool that's just there all the time, you know? Yeah. They should never be allowed to break those down,
No. Yeah. I went to the Home Alone house, the Shameless house, Chicago Fire, the fire station I used to drive by in Chicago. It's just cool, like watching that shit on TV and then going past it in real life and seeing it.
I would low-key be sort of extreme and not even allow people to update the interior. Like, you can only update it in the same style. You can't fucking change anything because these things are like historic fucking
100%.
Amazing. Yeah.
I love that.
Ryan Beeler, thank you for the $5. Kyle, if you're ever having a rough day, just tell yourself, at least I'm not Casey-tron. I don't know who Casey-tron is, but thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate that.
Yep. Fuck Casey-tron.
Jerry Gonzalez, thanks for the $5. Corin talks so good about corn on the tier list that it actually made me add more corn to my plate on Thanksgiving. So shout out to Corin for that.
You're welcome, Jerry.
He is the corn lover, but the any other variety of corn hater.
Yeah. Any other type of corn shit, if it's in your breading or whatever, keep that shit off your fucking plate. But straight corn, while out.
Krantz Official, thanks for the $10. Hey guys, I've sent Corin an email with a link to a song featuring Kyle called Beta Boys, 2 versions, hip hop and drum and bass. Nina Turner was supposed to introduce us. You can see her interview on my channel.
I'll check it. But if it's a link to a song and you're gonna make me press a link and it's like still 20% of me is gonna think it's a virus ass shit, then I'm gonna be skeptical clicking the link. But now I'll look for it and listen to the song.
I'm just saying when I type in Beta Boys, it definitely doesn't come up right away. I typed in Beta Boys song and I don't really see
but it wouldn't be anywhere. If would it be somewhere? He said he emailed me a link.
Yeah, but I assumed he emailed you a link to fucking YouTube, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong about that. It's probably a link to somewhere else. No, I think I'm wrong. Send an email with link Beta Boys 2 versions. Hip hop and drum and bass. Nina Turner was supposed to introduce. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I just assumed it was YouTube, but I could be wrong because I don't see it when I type it into YouTube. So
appreciate you though, Krantz. I'll listen to it, and if it's dope, I'll send it to Kyle.
This is my handle 333. Thanks for the $10. How do you feel about Indian food? I stand. I think it's supposed to say tiki masala. Also on aging, I'm 1 year younger, and gotta say I felt older in my 20s than my late 30s. Our generation, 35 to 40, needs to band together and organize. So that's interesting that you felt older in your 20s than in your late 30s, probably because I guess maybe you were drinking or whatever when you were younger, it had a more stressful job or whatever the fuck. So I can kind of see that based on your life conditions, but it's great that you're feeling, better and younger in your 30s. On the Indian food thing, I'm not the biggest Indian food fan. I would say that I like, I of course like naan. Naan is delicious. Naan bread.
Like butter something.
Butter chicken is the classic shit. That's pretty good too. Like I've had some things that I like, but I'm generally not a big Indian food fan because I'm not the best with spices. So I'm a medium spice guy. I could do mild. I could do medium. Once you get above that, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, I've never been I have had some curry dishes that are good, but like it's rare. Like rarely do I like curry dishes. So anyway, that's my breakdown on Indian food.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried enough dishes of Indian food, but a friend of ours that we went to high school with, this kid Sushant, who I actually saw at a Knicks game just yesterday at the Westchester. He owns an Indian restaurant. It's in Westchester. It's called like Modern Coriander or something. It wins like awards and shit, and he keeps telling me to go out there.
It's got to be good. It's got to be good. So let me tell you, Crystal and I have gone to this amazing, and in the past I'd have been like, fuck no, like I don't want to fucking hear that shit. But she took me to this amazing Turkish food place, and it was literally like sort of same thing. Like it's ranked very high, like it's gotten awards and shit like that. And now I fucking love the Turkish food. I love the Turkish food, bro. It is amazing.
What are common dishes?
So the shit that she gets some shit that comes with like 3 sauces. There's like a hummus. There's like this like red, almost salsa-like, but it's not salsa.
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
And then there's one other shit, some like eggplant thing. So these are like the dipping sauces. Then there's like, you get like a chicken kebab thing. It comes with a bunch of chicken. You get some bread that they give. And like you dip the chicken or the bread into those sauces and you eat it. Phenomenal. And their chicken is like, their grilled chicken is like, it's like moist and delicious. Yeah. And they season it right. And so in the past, I probably would have been a Turkish food hater, but after actually having this phenomenal Turkish food, now I bumped that bitch up. It's high on the list, dog. Like it's high on the list. If you tell me like, obviously I'm probably going like Italian food number 1, probably like Mexican food number 2 type shit. Yeah. But Turkish is now up there because of that amazing Turkish food that I had at this place. So I'm open-minded to some Indian food being good, but at the moment, the Indian I've had has not been the best in my opinion.
I'll give you props. Yeah, I gotta try Turkish food.
You know what you got to do, Cor? Next time you're with me in DC, I'll take you there and you'll fucking love it. Yeah. Right. And I'll order for you the shit that I know you'll like, Yeah,
I just like some basic shit.
Yeah, and I'm the same. In fact, that's what Crystal did for me. I'll get you the most basic shit. And the basic shit was fucking banging, dog.
Perfect.
John Brown, thanks for the $5. Did you hear Thailand is having problems with Israeli tourists? They seem to act like they own the country and Thailand might ban them from the country. I didn't see that, but what I did see is when a bunch of them came it was to Greece. I think there was an issue in Greece, I feel like, with them where basically Greece ended up kicking them out because they were like harassing people over the genocide, I think. So, yeah, kind of crazy. But no, I did not see that story, but I'll look that up and see what happened.
Appreciate you, John Brown. We'll go through a little faster.
One need bike rides. Thanks for the $5. Which you guys prefer, 80s hair metal or 90s grunge? Definitely 90s grunge.
Same.
Definitely 90s grunge. Yeah, that's like
That's
Nirvana and shit for sure. Yeah.
Facts.
Blue Alec, thanks for the $5. Kyle, what percentage of a chance do we have of you running for president? I'll take VP Corin too, please. Also, for both of y'all ever watch Dragon Ball Z? I did not watch Dragon Ball Z, although it was big when we were younger, so like I could have potentially did it, but I never got into Dragon Ball Z.
Same.
Are you the same, Core?
Yeah, I never watched it. Apparently, there was a guy named Corin on Dragon Ball Z, I think.
Oh, that's amazing. That's incredible. And to answer your question, I'm definitely not running for president this time. Talk to me when I'm like 50 or some shit, and maybe that'll change. We'll see.
This one we know the answer to already, but thank you for the donation.
Kyle, I love the Nick Fuentes stories. Have you approached Nick about being on KK and Friends? No, definitely not. Definitely not. But thank you for the $20. That's very kind. Very kind donation. Appreciate that. Guitar Pro, thanks for the $5. Have you guys seen the prices of PC parts? RAM right now is like 10 times higher because of AI data centers are taking all the supply. Jesus Christ. So yet another thing to add to the list about why AI fucking sucks ass. I mean, electricity prices across this country are skyrocketing. It's only going to get worse. They're using up all the fresh water in certain places. It's a fucking mess, man. It's a mess. But thank you for letting us know that. I did not know that. Kyle, you have such a hard-on for the psychopathic war criminal Graham Plattner, revering Americans who found their feet Ganilic brown persons is fucked. I don't know what you're saying, bro. I don't know why you're writing in code.
Yeah, like you could write Americans without making that shit super cryptic.
But obviously you're not a fan of Graham Plattner, so I guess you like the more right-wing options that are running. So good luck with those more right-wing options, buddy. I'll stick with the furthest left one.
Appreciate you, though, bro.
JP511, thanks for the $22. Hey, Kyle, are you familiar with Mike from PA, a.k.a. Central Committee predicted Trump's 2024 win? Principled and consistent as you. Twitch streamer, Hassan's friend, watches your videos on stream. Guest for KKF. Potentially. I'd have to run that by Crystal. I don't really know too much about that guy, but we can look into that. But thanks for the 22, whatever denomination that is. We appreciate it.
Much love.
Sunflower, thanks for the $5. Vance Bostic, Democrat, is Hakeem Jeffries' primary challenger. Have him on KKF. Doesn't he have another one, though? Chi Aussie? He's got somebody else running against him, too. So, look, I'll just say it right now. If he has multiple left-wing primary challengers, we're cooked. Because they're going to split the vote on the left, and he's going to win easy in that scenario. So your best bet is to just have one challenger. If it's more than one, we're cooked. We're cooked. And in fact, now that you say this, it actually makes more sense as to why Zoran hasn't been against Hakeem, because he knows Hakeem's going to stay in power if there's two left-wing people running against Hakeem. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. I thought there was Chi Aussie, I thought was the one who was running, but apparently now there's another one.
Thanks so far.
Cowpoke, thanks for the $5. Evening, Kyle. Have you thought about a 28 presidential run? I just answered that. I'm not doing that. I'm too young, and I enjoy my job and my life and my kids too much. Wait, go back. There wasn't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there was other parts to it. Almost unfair to ask you to do that, but man, people are hurting real bad. Yeah, no, I mean, hey man, there's people who are way better positioned than me. You know, at least when I'm 50, if I were to decide to do it, it's like I have more time to like become a household name and become known and like become somebody they can't keep the cameras off of. Right now, I'm not that. They don't give a fuck what I have to say. You know, but like Jon Stewart, they can't keep the cameras off him. He's somebody who's really well positioned to be the one, you know?
Facts. Thanks, Poke.
Amwater, thanks for the 200, whatever denomination that is. Appreciate it. I don't know why you have such a hard time with Graham Plattner. Let's say he has changed. So what? He is a fugitive from justice in Iraq and Afghanistan. He obviously has to be extradited to Iraq to stand trial for his crimes. Well, like I said, man, first of all, do you believe in redemption? I guess is the first question I would ask you. Is redemption not a thing at all? Because if you believe in it at all, then I feel like you have to say, oh, well, obviously this guy's part of it. Because like I said, everything that came out about him was he was saying insanely left-wing shit for a decade online. And everything he's running on is insanely left-wing. I mean, every time I see a video of him, He's, I just covered some this week. He was talking about Medicare for all in a positive light. He was saying we need to fucking, break up Palantir and Google and different companies and shit. Like, everything I see of him is him saying some left-wing shit and standing on business and supporting the right things. So you might be the type of person who says, I just don't believe in any redemption whatsoever. And it's like, okay, fair enough. But for me, I look at the options that are on the table. It's a very left-wing person who is consistently left-wing. It's a centrist Democrat, and it's a Republican. Of those options, I'm going to pick the very left-wing person. I mean, that's really not that hard to figure out. I feel like, if anything, you're the one in the tough position because you need to try to justify and rationalize why we should go with a less left-wing person. And by the way, he's also the most anti-war person in the conversation. So you can't do this whole thing about virtue signaling about how anti-war you are as your default supporting people who are more anti-war if you don't support Plattner. So I feel like you're the one who's got the position that sort of logically makes no sense. So you try to, figure that out yourself. But for me, it's a very simple thing. I'm going to support the most left-wing candidate. And the bottom line is, I believe him. If you don't believe him, that's fine. If you think he's going to be a Fetterman type, okay, that's your prerogative. I don't think he is. And if I thought he was, I wouldn't be supporting him. But I would support Janet Mills. If I thought he was going to be the next Fetterman, I would support Janet Mills because Janet Mills is way to the left of Fetterman. But I don't think he's going to be like Fetterman. I think he's going to be like Graham Plattner. And so I support him. And it's not even that difficult, if I'm being honest.
You guys can agree on cats because your default photo.
Did you see the pic of Trump sleeping at Mar-a-Lago? I saw the one of him sitting like in the restaurant at Mar-a-Lago wearing his golf shirt, looking like he's like 100 years old, like looking like that. I didn't see a new one of him sleeping, no. But I've seen a bunch of him sleeping. Just I haven't seen a new one of him sleeping. But thank you for the $5. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Are we Team Charmin or Team Angel Soft?
I don't know if I have experience with Angel Soft, bro. I don't know if I have experience with Angel Soft.
I think I'm Charmin too.
Yeah, I feel like Charmin I do have experience with, I don't recommend Clint Eastwood's brand. It's rough, tough, and takes no shit from anyone. I see you. Shit, not you again. I see you. Clever.
Hot take. Clever. I feel like Clint Eastwood's on his last leg too. He might be one that like.
Oh, he's been on his last leg since like 2004. What are we talking about?
He can't be doing well. One that surprised me was who was the guy that passed away in like New Mexico or something like that? Him, his wife, and his dog. Was it Gene Hackman?
Oh yeah, Gene Hackman. He's
one that. Yeah, he looked horrible, but he was one that like I didn't realize he was as old as he was.
That's facts because when he was like 65 or 70, he looked like he was like 50.
Yeah, exactly. And then when he passed, it was like, damn, that dude looked like he was like 127 years old.
Insane. Yeah, it's crazy how like for so long he looked kind of young, and then when he went away, it just all hit him.
Exactly. Thanks, though. Astaphine.
Stadiophile. Johnny Mengele, thank you guys for your donations. Always wanted to know top MMA WWE fighters of all time. Go. Well, I can't do MMA because I'm not an MMA guy. I haven't watched it. Corin, you would probably say John Jones just because you were friends with him, right?
Rousey, yeah.
Corin actually drank with and partied with John Jones, and John Jones knows him. So
he came to Portland. And Aljamain Sterling is one that I like. We're acquaintances. I think he would know of me, but he won an MMA lightweight, I think, championship.
And best WWE fighters of all time. See, that one's hard for me too, because it's like, what's the criteria, right? Exactly. Or if we're talking about just like, the most popular and well-known and like impactful, then you got to go like the fucking Ric Flairs and the Hulk Hogans and the fucking Andre the Giants and The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and shit like that. Exactly. But if you're going based off like talent, then you got to go like fucking Rey Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? Like people like that who really put the work in the ring and like do the hardest shit. The Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy, fucking insanely putting his body on the line every fucking match. Yep. So it depends the criteria and how you're breaking it down. But yeah, that would be my little spiel on that. And thank you for the $5.
Yeah, Alan, my favorite was always like Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, Lex Luger was a beast. But yeah, like the Rock, Stone Cold era. Mankind was one other one I liked.
Why am I the only person who has never liked Joe Rogan? What's his appeal? I like the Man Show and even Alex Jones for Health and the Illuminati. But I cannot like a guy who does Fear Factor. This is my handle. Thank you for the $10, by the way. To answer your question, to give you a real answer to your question, the appeal of Rogan was that he seemed like the everyman, like just the fact that he's unscripted and unfiltered and he's just like having normal conversations and sounding like a down to earth guy. I mean, that's the sauce, right? Like that's what it is. And so, I liked him. I found him entertaining. I found him interesting, but He just went down that deep, dark right-wing pipeline path, and it became like fucking insufferable. But I feel like that's why people liked him. But to your point, for sure, Alex Jones is like, I can see people getting interested in Alex Jones because he's so fucking entertaining and over the top. And he's such a character that you can't keep your fucking eyes off of him.
Yeah.
You know? So like, I can get people going down, especially early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, Alex Jones. That guy was a fucking beast, bro. Was a beast.
Yeah, he was just a lunatic. I actually like Fear Factor.
Oh, I watched it too. As a kid, I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
A staple.
Yeah. Russia's actions, while illegal, are the only effective way to resist Western imperialism. No, they're doing their own imperialism. That's what, like, this fucking brain block that people don't realize, that countries that are not America can also do imperialism. They are the more powerful country in the region. They're invading and trying to steal their smaller, less powerful neighbor. They are the imperialist. This is such fucking like, it's just like America derangement syndrome to not realize that other countries can be guilty of crimes that we're guilty of, right? So no, they're not resisting Western imperialism. They're doing their own imperialism. Putin is a mafia gangster thug. Jesus Christ. You're right about that last part, though. Gaza has exposed that international law means dick. You're right about that. But like, the U.S. is violating international law, Israel's violating international law, and Russia is violating international law. Like, that's the reality. I condemn all of them for doing that. I don't say Russia, I don't say U.S. and Israel bad for violating it, but Russia good for violating it. No, that makes no fucking sense.
Thanks,
well, thank you for the $5.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, longtime fan. Have you seen the latest Tabernacle video on Indian racism? Your chinless Indian meme was featured. Thoughts? Yeah, So, John Mengele, do yourself a favor and just watch this stream from the beginning again. About halfway through, I already commented on this, so you can take a look at what I said there. And thank you for the $5. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Bottle Rocket, thanks for the $5. My parents agree with your policies 99.9%, but they love Newsom almost uncritically. Please say something right now. I can show them. They trust you more than me. All right, so hold on one second. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, so basically what you're telling me is your parents support Newsom uncritically, but they like my show, they watch my videos, they trust me, and, you know, so I need to give them a dose of reality on Newsom. So here's the thing about Newsom. The stuff where we give him credit is he's a fighter. He's fighting Trump now. It's great to see. He's using a lot of awesome arguments. His Twitter troll game is top notch. He's not taking any shit from them. We love that about him. We hope he continues on that front. And yes, he has done some good things that we've given him credit for on the show. His policy record, I would say, is a mixed bag. Now, having said that, the negative things that they need to know is he is 100% a tool of the donor class. That's just a fact. You know, it is. It's just a fact about Newsom. And he also, at the beginning of the Trump era, he felt like the move was to go more right-wing. So he brought Charlie Kirk on his podcast and let Charlie Kirk walk all over him. He brought on Michael Savage, the right-wing hateful radio host, and let him walk all over him. He brought on all these right-wing people to like shit on him, and he would sit there and agree with them and be passive, right? Because he felt like the politically expedient thing was to be more right-wing at the time, so he went more right-wing, and he became a doormat for the right on his podcast. Problem is, everybody hated it. Everybody was like, fuck you. And so then he moved in the other direction when he realized, it took him like 5 or 6 months to realize, oh shit, I got to go left. I got to go the other direction. And then he did it. So he's a shapeshifter. Now that's a bit of a problem. Now, the policy record that he has, the problems are he vetoed a bill to do universal health care in California. That I find inexcusable and unforgivable. That, you know, here you have an opportunity to do something transformative to give everybody health care in California, and you veto it. So that I will always hold a grudge against him for that. He also vetoed a bill to get private equity out of healthcare. He vetoed a bill to crack down on pharmacy benefit managers. Those are like the middlemen who jack up the price of drugs. So those are just some of the things to point to where, like, ultimately he's a centrist Democrat, but he's fighting, which is why he appears to be a lefty, right? It's because he's fighting, but he's ultimately a centrist. And like, we need fighters who are also actually on the left, who are going to call out and go to war against the billionaires and the fascists and the warmongers. And that's just really not Newsom. We could do better. We could do better than Newsom in 2028. That's what I'd say.
Appreciate you, Bottle Rocket.
Kyle, I don't know if you're familiar with the Cavernacle. He posted a video basically being racist toward Indian because of planner support. Okay. Yeah.
Minutes.
So anyway, we already commented on that. You can take a look earlier in the podcast. Kyle, I've been a sub for over 10 years. When will you have another Kyle out of context? I really need it. So I told my editor to start taking, anytime I say something silly or goofy or weird or funny, to just clip it and put it in a file. And then eventually we'll put it all together and release another Kyle out of context. So hopefully at some point soon, but I don't know how far along that file is. But we'll try to get one out there at some point. Appreciate you. Facts don't care about your feelings was always just our feelings don't care about facts. Yeah, correct. That's right. That's exactly what Ben Shapiro really means. Do you guys know your Myers-Briggs personality type? Yeah, I think I was like, I'm guessing here, but it was like, the only thing I know for sure is the first letter, I.
Oh, you were I. I think I was E.
Yeah, you were, because you're extroverted. I'm introverted. Yes, that's right. I was like INTJ, I think.
That sounds about right. Shout out Mr. Monteleone.
Yeah, I think I was like INTJ. Maybe I'm missing, maybe I fucked it up a little bit, but that's roughly, I think I was roughly INTJ. I feel like maybe that might be a little off, but maybe I'll take it again at some point and let you know. Can't believe my Pacers are 4-17. At least we have the Colts doing well, and IU and Notre Dame football to look forward to. Yeah, man, the Pacers, they just collapsed. You know, it happens. You lost Halliburton. You traded Miles Turner. Yeah, it sucks for you guys. I actually do feel bad for you.
Sitting there probably like, look at how fucking good I was when I was there.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to tank and get a high draft pick, I think, at this point, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back this season. The Colts just lost, though, man, and Daniel Jones looks like he was injured, so it's not looking good for them.
I used to get jealous of people's new cars. Then I found out how much some of their payments are. I know a guy who pays $3,600 a month for his truck. Jesus Christ, people are spending all their gas money on new cars. Bro, $3,600 a month is like...
That's stupid.
That's a mortgage. That's an expensive mortgage, you know?
So unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, don't be jealous of people in new cars. They probably have tiny dicks. Or vaginas.
It's 2029. Corin is president. Kyle is rumored to be top pick for either FBI director or Secretary of Labor. What strategy yielded this historic result? Who's Corin's VP? Does Kyle continue his show? Yes, I continue my show. Corin's VP is Molly. And the strategy that yielded this result is Corin telling
there was
everybody...
the fucking pandemic, and that was the only person left on this planet.
Corin tells everybody shit's really fucking expensive and vote for me, and I'm going to get that shit down. And I would be White House press secretary, bro. That's what I would be. I would not be any of the shit you said.
That would be a gangster role for you.
If any lefty gets elected and you want a pit bull as the White House press secretary, you fucking call me. I will do it for you.
Facts. Thanks, Evening Ships.
Long time sub, first time catching a live, so I have Tourette's, and your segment on Vance George S. interview a while back where JD was like screaming at him reignited an old tick of mine. George. Well, thank you, Andy Dandy. Appreciate the $10. Dandy. And glad you're watching live. That's kind of cool. First live. Lucas Magnus, thanks for the $10. Some gun deaths in CK's least hot take. Nobody thinks we can get zero. Freedom isn't 100% safe. Is so old/clear. It's a cliche. We all get with other civil liberties is most correct, least authoritarian take. Yeah, but it's ironic. It's ironic that Charlie Kirk is on video literally saying, I accept some gun deaths every year so that we can have guns. And then he got fucking murdered by a gun. That's ironic, right? So that's why people bring it up is like, okay, this is the world that you fucking called for. That's the point. Is like, this is the world you wanted, right? Well, here it is. This is what it looks like. You were the victim. You know, now that seems like, maybe not a good idea. Maybe there should be more regulations and maybe you'll be around. You know what I'm saying? So,
thanks, Lewis.
Kyle, you said Zoran shouldn't back Hakeem Jeffries because the base opposes it, but I think the base actually wants unity among Democrats. No, I mean, the problem with Hakeem Jeffries, Charlemagne calls him AIPAC Shakur because he's bought by AIPAC. You know, he's bought by the corporations. He's bought by the lobbyists. He literally sent out a memo to like not fight Trump on the Venezuela thing. He's not a fighter. And so like, do we need to unify? Yes. But do we also need strong Democrats who are consistent in what we call for and what our agenda is? Yes. So like, I don't want diet MAGA Democrats. I want a Democrat who's going to actually represent democratic policies. And so that's the point, is that I would have been fine with him just staying out of that, not saying anything, but to just back Hakeem Jeffries seemed like it was, I don't know, it just seemed like you're bending the knee a little bit to people who showed you no respect and didn't fucking endorse you even after you clearly won, you know, the primary. Yeah. So
thanks, Shay.
Kyle, don't tell you actually believe the drug addict Greg Pallas 2020, 2024 were not rigged. Just accept it and focus on 2028. Well, you're the one who's asking about it, bro. Did you see me talk about it before you fucking started yelling at me for my takes? No, I brought it up because you fucking brought up the topic. So this is on you that we're even talking about this.
Got him. Paul, he sucks, man.
Jonathan Gerwald, thank you for the $10. I grew up and still live in a Trump town where good friends send me right-wing conspiracy content. I wrestle with how much I should play leftist middle ground or play defense angry liberal. I would not engage at all. So you can be friends with your friends and talk about whatever, but as soon as they try to get political, just don't engage. Just fucking don't say shit. Sometimes me and Corin, this happens with me and Corin, we're in a group chat and our other buddy will say some shit that like might not hit and we'll just both not say anything in response to it and start talking about something else.
Facts.
Like that's just what you do, right? Like to me, that's the path of least resistance when dealing with friends who, you don't want to like feed their delusions, but you also don't want to fight them. So you just don't say shit and then move on to other shit,
Facts.
That would be my advice. Hi, Kyle. I've been watching you since I was 12 years old. I'm 23 now. So glad to have put others onto your channel over the years. Much love and stay healthy. Thank you, Catabuddy. I appreciate that. And that's amazing, man. 12 to 23. So you were a youngin' when you started. I love that. I love when people get interested young. I got interested very young in politics too. So shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Johnny, thanks again for the $10. Don't you know the story behind that the man in the meme? It's horrible. It's like using a caricature of a black guy robbing and looting and saying it's not racist because it's a fact that some do. No, that's total fucking bullshit.
That's not the same thing.
That is not the same thing at all. A huge story came out about how all the MAGA accounts are fake and they're in fucking Nigeria and Pakistan and India. We are supposed to, number one, talk about that. And number two, make fucking jokes about it. Of course. MAGA is fucking astroturf to the high heavens. There are literally Indian guys in a basement pretending to be fucking racist Hitler lovers. That is fucking hilarious. No matter how much scolding you do over that, it's not going to change anything. You're just wrong. You're just oversensitive. Like you actually are oversensitive. So if you don't like it, then don't fucking like it. But to wag your finger at people, the 90% of us on the liberal and the left side who are making these jokes and memes and act like we're the problem, no, fuck you. You're a little purity tester who has no friends. Fuck off.
Yeah. Thank you, though, John.
Thanks for the $5, Jolshi. I love that Afton Bain is running unapologetically leftist in the Deep South. Progressive values can win anywhere if messaged authentically. Yes, and that's why I really, really, really fucking hope she wins, bro. I really fucking hope she wins because it would be such a shot across the bow that a DSA basically candidate is going to fucking wins in Tennessee in a Trump plus 22 district. So fingers crossed, hope we get it done. But, anything that's like, if she loses by like 5 or less or 8 or less, that's still like an amazing performance. So we'll see.
When does that happen?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Big
Damn.
deal. Big fucking deal. Hey, Kyle, do you have a Patreon level that lets people watch your shows as a single long show instead of segments? Also, would you consider uploading bloopers of your recordings as Patreon content? No on the bloopers because I don't have any. I don't have a Patreon level that does that, but you can get that for free. So there are playlists that drop at the end of every show where you just click on one video and it'll run through all of them for you. That's one way you can do it. The other way you could do it is just go to Spotify or your favorite podcasting app and just listen to the podcast version of the show and you'll get the full thing like that too. So there's multiple ways you can get the full thing. Yeah.
Thanks, Forrest. National divorce.
Do you support a national divorce? I'm flirting with it. I'm playing footsies with it for sure.
What is that?
I mean, national divorce is where like the red states get their own country and the blue states get their own country. And then I mean, I'm definitely flirting with it. So I'm curious. I'm national divorce curious for sure. Bro, your BFF Hakeem just said he's not pushing for Hegseth war crimes impeachment controlled op. Yeah. And that's why, Zoran, we don't fucking say we support him. So
Oregon. Thanks.
What is your opinion of Illinois as a state outside of just Chicago? That's a good question for you, Corin, since I'm not.
Yeah, I love it. I lived right outside of Gurnee. I thought Illinois was a great state. A lot of good things to do, a lot of history, you can get to, I was close to Wisconsin. Yeah, I got nothing but good things to say on Illinois. Great state.
MJ was a no. I don't know what that means, but we appreciate you, Jay. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, do you feel snubbed not making the 2025 top 10 anti-Semite list? Hassan didn't make it. Neither did Nick Fuentes, but Miss Rachel did. Yeah, that account is insane. So, Corin, there's this account that's like, it's called Stop Anti-Semitism, but it's like a total fucking insane hack account.
Yeah.
And last year they had like Hassan as the biggest fucking anti-Semite in the country, which is just ludicrous. This year they didn't put on Nick Fuentes, but they put on Miss Rachel, who's the children's fucking performer, who like all she does is like says all kids should be treated with love, and they're like, how dare you fucking say that? So yeah, I do kind of feel snubbed. I probably will make their list at some point, but I didn't make it this year.
That's hilarious. Miss Rachel's on there.
Kyle, would you say you have changed position on charisma being important for politics? Because before you used to say it didn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter when it comes to actual policy, right? Like you can be non-charismatic and just be right about everything policy-wise. So it doesn't matter in a literal sense. Like it's irrelevant to if you're good on the issues. It does matter for politics, for like getting elected in the first place, right? So for policy, it doesn't matter. For politics, it's almost everything. Like if you're charismatic, you can get the power and then try to make the change. You know what I'm saying? So it both does matter and doesn't matter in different contexts. It matters for policy. It doesn't matter for policy. It matters for politics. So that's how I would break that down. But yes, it certainly matters in getting elected, right? Like if you're charismatic and you can get elected, you can get a lot more done because you got the power and also because you can rally your troops to your side, try to convince people to go along with your agenda. So like it both matters and doesn't, depending on how you look at it.
Facts.
I don't live in Bain's district, but I live close to it. I think she'll get really close, but based on my district, Andy Ogle's district, I don't have high hopes for her winning. Yeah, I mean, George, you sound like Crystal. Crystal's like, I don't think she's going to win, but I think she's going to come close. And yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. We shall see. Lucas Magnus, thanks for the $5. By the way, your meme game is legendary. Cavernacle reminds me of when I got scolded for perpetuating fat shaming / ableism over the Trump fat artard meme. LOL. Yeah, like that's the thing. These people, and they think they're so virtuous and high and mighty, but really they're just like fucking hall monitor scolds. Like they are the actual stereotype of the oversensitive lefty, and they give us all a fucking bad name because we're over here having fun and laughing it up and posting memes and shit posting and having a grand old time while trying to save the fucking country from fascism. And they're like, I don't agree with how you did that in the corner. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Go away. You're annoying. You're losers. Piss off. And so, yeah, fuck them. Appreciate you, though.
We're almost towards the end.
My first Kyle video was 2 Chainz versus Nancy Grace. LOL. What do you guys think about the possible THC ban? Are they dumb enough to go do it? Love y'all. So they did. Okay, it's like a weird THC ban in the sense that it's like a THC ban for CBD products. I think is that how it goes? It's something weird. It's not like all THC products. It's like THC tied to fucking hemp or CBD or something like that. So, and I think they already did it. So yes, they already did it, but like it's only a certain part of the market that gets affected by it. It's fucking stupid, but they did it. I don't even know the reasoning and why they did it. It seems kind of crazy. There's got to be some lobby that lobbied for it somehow behind the scenes, whether it's the alcohol lobby or whoever the fuck. But that's totally, it's crazy that they're doing it. It's like 2025. They're doing that. They're trying to bring back like being against gay marriage. It's like, really, guys? Can we fucking move on a little bit? This is so crazy. And the 2 Chainz versus Nancy Grace thing is kind of funny. Shout out to you. Justin, thanks for the $10. Been tuning in more lately. Streams have been super fun lately. Kyle, what would it take to get you on Slogans Experience? I need to hear you verbally and intellectually curb stomp that motherfucker. Yeah, man. I blocked Joe Rogan in my phone. I blocked him. Like, there's a chance he's reached out to me within the past fucking 2 years, and I just haven't seen it because I blocked him. Yeah, I got no interest in him. Fuck him. I got no interest in that motherfucker. That's wild. He's fucking like, I'm done with him. He's so deep in that fucking insane world. It's like losing a family member to mental illness or something, you know? Yeah, it's like, I'm not, it's above my pay grade. I'm done. I don't want to fucking see you, you know?
There it is, Justin.
French Revolution 2028, make revolutions great again. Hey, we shall see 2028. It's coming soon. 2026 too is going to be big. Australian government just passed environmental reforms, new EPA to be established, protections for native forests, close land clearing loopholes, etc. No question, just gloating about it, living in Oz. Good for you, Cameron Robinson, and shout out to Australia for not being objectively insane. We appreciate you.
Sorry, going faster through that.
AR, thanks for the $5. Do you know Sarah Kendzior? Her book's Hiding in Plain Sight, and They Knew predicted a lot of stuff that's catching people off guard this term. KKF. I have heard of Sarah. I don't know where I heard her from, but I definitely have heard of her.
Hiding in Plain Sight sounds familiar.
And the name sounds incredibly familiar. I definitely know this woman. So anyway, I will look more into that and see
Need her name?
what the deal is. No, I got it.
Okay.
We're good. Thoughts on Ruben Gallego? He's been doing well on a number of issues, but he did a fundraiser with Mark Andreessen earlier this year. Yeah, I think he's bad on crypto. He might be bad on Israel. And also, he was just caught in a scandal where he was like texting with these right-wing fucking hack people in the past, and they just leaked the text messages where he was like shitting on trans people and stuff and calling Democrats like shitting on Democrats and acting like I'm cool with you right-wingers type stuff. So yeah, he's a bit of a shapeshifter. I don't really trust him. But having said that, of course, his voting record is way better than any fucking Republican, so he's better than a Republican, but not much more to say beyond that. Just like a sort of a standard run-of-the-mill centrist Democrat who's a little sus. That's what I'd say.
Thanks, Camel.
It's sad because AI and automation were supposed to improve workers' lives and more leisure time until the capital is hijacked. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like, if they could do AI and fucking create machines that do all the work, that would be great if we get the fruits of the labor, but they're not going to give it to the workers. They're not going to give it to the people. They're going to take it for themselves. The billionaires are going to steal it. So that's the problem, you know? So yeah, you're right. Been tuning in since Bernie's second run. Thanks for being a reliable voice. My question is, what's the best way to debunk MAGA lies to family members without them shutting down or raising tension? I got to be honest, man. I've kind of given up. I mean, there's nothing you could say that's going to make them, oh, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, you could do the slow hand-holding thing, but that usually just feeds their delusions and make them think, even this lefty knows I'm correct, you know? So, I mean, blunt, forced truth, but really what my advice to you is don't engage on the politics stuff. For your MAGA family members, just talk about anything but politics with them. That's simple. You know, they start talking politics, walk the fuck away, because it really is like a cult. They're in a fucking cult, and they will drag you down to the pits of hell if you try to help, even in the slightest fucking bit. So that's my advice.
Correct. Thanks, Layman's.
Hey, Corin. Kyle stopped vaping. You stopped vaping Wednesday. How long till I'm back to myself? Okay. You stopped vaping Wednesday. What day is today? Today's
December 1st?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh.
So you stopped vaping about a week ago, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Give it like two to 2.5 weeks. You should feel really reset. So I would say that it'll get better. Don't worry. I know for me, it was immense anxiety when I quit vaping for a little bit, just immense, endless anxiety, but it went away. It subsided, and it will for you too. I don't know exactly what you're going through, but whatever your symptoms are, they will subside probably within 2.5 weeks. So hang in there. And then after like a month or two, you're fully off the nicotine, you know?
Stay the course, Courtney.
Nick has 19,000 live viewers right now, and he hasn't even started. Fuentes has a stranglehold on Gen Z men. Yeah, he's got a lot of viewers, got a lot of young men that watch him. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, 19K viewers is not even live. It's crazy.
And fucking, you know, Ben Shapiro is irrelevant now. He's fucking irrelevant. All the fucking, you know, all those other guys, the Tim Pool was whining about his waning relevance too. Like, Nick, they graduated to Nick. That's where they're at. So MAGA went full Nazi. That's where we are. Buck should trade Giannis to Lakers for Reeves and Dalton and Jake. And Austin is 6 years older than Giannis. Austin is killing it. Yeah, that would be a doable trade. That trade actually kind of makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how Giannis would work with LeBron. You know, they're both too like just slasher to the baskets.
Yeah, I mean they're both like point forward type, so I kind of get your point. Yeah,
kind of like the Lakers roster right now is kind of beast. I feel like Jake Larvin was someone that they try to trick us on.
Bro, their record is amazing right now. The Lakers are playing real well. So
they're top. They might be the team that we play in the NBA Cup if they make it to the finals. They're beasting in the Cup.
Yo, shout out Kyle and Corin. Also shout out my twin brother for getting me onto you guys years ago. Stay safe and much love from Ireland. Well, thank you, Alan. We appreciate that. And we love Ireland. So shout out to Ireland. Much love to Ireland.
Shout out to you guys.
Kyle, I know MAGA influencers are insane, but next time Piers or Jubilee invites you to a debate, please say yes because it's a huge audience of independents. I haven't universally decided to never do any engagement with the right or debates or anything. But I guess it depends on the topic. That's really what my reaction to you is. Jubilee, I'm less inclined, but Piers Morgan, depending on the topic, I could see myself agreeing. So,
okay, LL, thanks, bro.
So, as a fellow 37-year-old and 2006 graduate, are y'all going to your 20-year high school reunion? Mine just got scheduled by my buddy's sister. Our high school was so big that I'm not even getting an invite to ours, and neither is Corin. You know, like I don't know.
There's a kid, Jake P, is trying to start like a thing to do a 20-year reunion.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'll send you.
No shit.
It's a Facebook group. I know you're not on Facebook, but I'll send you. There's no info on like what has happened yet, but someone's trying to organize it. So we'll see if it comes to fruition.
Well, shout out to Jake. I know who exactly you're talking about, by the way. Shout out to Jake, because that's kind of cool. But yeah, it would be probably those. See, we would know all those kids, but like for the whole grade, we don't know fucking all those motherfuckers. Yeah. We had thousands of kids going to our high school.
So many. It'd be tons.
Casey Tron is one of 3 small streamers being sued by Ethan Klein. He wants $1.8 million in damages for streaming his video. She averages less than 300 viewers. He says he wants to make them all homeless. Jesus fucking Christ, that's so insane. That is insane. I'm sure she doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on Ethan Klein's bad side. Thanks, Fartwan.
Okay, LOL. Thanks for the $10. It's worth the 20-minute headaches you might get if you accept a peer's invite a few times a year in order to humiliate MAGA, no matter how bad faith they are, because you can win over a lot of viewers. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, bro. I do not disagree with you, and I appreciate your tenaciousness in trying to get me on other shows, and I appreciate your faith in my ability to spread the message. So thank you for that, and thank you for the $10.
Last 5.
Kyle, would you give a former IDF soldier the same grace you give a Abu Ghraib guard? Depending on where they are now, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. If they fucking actually reform themselves and they are consistently for a decade believe in a left-wing message and they're very clear about being anti-war and torture's fucked up and, you know, goes down the list of the left-wing views, fucking of course. Of course. Yes. But also, I don't know, you motherfuckers, I've caught these Plattner haters, I've caught them just flat out lying about what he's done too. Like when they said, oh, he was in Blackwater. And I spread that for a while. Turns out he fucking wasn't even in Blackwater. That was a lie. He was in some fucking private military contractor, which was like related to Blackwater. Blackwater broke up and it was these different companies. He was part of that company. And you know what he did? He was a guard at a house of like a political figure in Afghanistan. But these motherfuckers made it sound like he was lighting people up for Blackwater. They were just fucking lying. So when I read Abu Ghraib prison guard, it's like, I'm going to fucking go look that up, and it's going to be total fucking bullshit because you Plattner haters just have a hard on and to make shit up about this guy because God forbid somebody actually was in the military but then becomes a fucking lefty. That's not allowed. It's not allowed to be a lefty now, so I'm going to vote for the more or support the more right-wing candidate, Janet Mills, or the fucking Republican. So go fuck yourselves. I hate the Plattner haters are so stupid. Like, they won't even acknowledge the most basic fact. Who's the most left-wing person in the race right now? Go. They will not say it's Plattner, even though it's fucking Plattner. They will not fucking say it. They won't say it, even though they know that's a fact. That's a fact. I just hate the fucking Plattner haters. They're so annoying and obnoxious.
That's funny.
What's the deal with Venezuela? Is a war going to break out or something? Well, first of all, I would argue we're already at war because they've bombed over 20 ships. They've killed 83 people. There's 11 of our warships in the region. There's 15,000 troops in the region. They're using Puerto Rico to stage it. Yeah, all this is going on. According to the Venezuelan government, they say they've already foiled an attempted false flag attack that they were going to blame on Venezuela so that they could use it to go in. So I think we're already at a war with them. But to answer your question, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Tim Kaine says if Trump actually bombs in Venezuela proper and tries to topple Maduro, that they're going to pass a resolution in Congress blocking it. And when that happens, then it's a constitutional crisis because they could basically impeach him for basically doing an illegal war. So the reason why he may not have attacked yet is because he fears Congress is going to act. I might have actual problems if that happens. So, all
right, last 3.
Hey, Kyle, have you read any Marx? I vaguely remember you saying that you'd read the manifesto, but I could be wrong. Have you read anything else since? I haven't read Das Kapital. I have read about Das Kapital. I did read the Communist Manifesto, but I haven't read much beyond that. But shout out to you. Thanks for the $20. It's very generous. I hope your Jordan Peterson impression makes the Kyle out of context cut, even though it's kind of cruel now because his brain is pudding. Still, your coverage of his Jubilee disaster was the funniest shit ever. Yeah, that did not go well for him. But thank you, Raw Racer. $20, very kind of you.
You did one recently?
No, he's like nearly dead. He's like he was in like an ICU. He was like fucking. He has I don't know. They say it's like some mold exposure thing, and like his body systems were shutting down or some shit. He's got a lot of problems. He's got a lot of fucking problems. Yeah,
crazy for him.
Kyle, been following you since late 2000s, early 2010. As an Arab listening to you, I couldn't believe how enlightened and aware of the world you were and still are. You never failed to impress with how principled you are. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. That's also a very kind donation of $20.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, man. And thank you for being the antithesis of the Plattner haters, the low IQ Plattner haters. We appreciate that.
That's all we got. Kyle, you're a beast. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Anything you got?
No, 3 hours, 45 minutes. We only needed to slap down, 4 people, was it?
Yeah, you went hard today. You were a little salty at some people. Some people were coming coming correct.
it's one thing to be like, hey, I disagree with you, but I sort of see where you're coming from, or like, hey, what do you think of this shit? That's fine. But when you come in hot, like, first of all, you're typing on a computer, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I have the fucking state. I can say whatever the fuck I want. You're gonna fucking like, fuck you. Like, come correct next time, and maybe it'll be fucking more calm. Kyle's off the perk today for real. Now I'm just fucking annoyed. Like, it's like professionally dense shit sometimes, but it was only like four of the people. So shout out to everybody else who was the real man. And even shout out to the people who fucking were assholes because at least they donated kindly. So
yeah, we
appreciate that. We
love
appreciate
you, bro.
All right, love you too, man. All right, everybody, have a good one.
Hopefully
Peace.
no snow tomorrow.
Yeah, but for me, I'm good. For you, you guys might be struggling, but
yeah, I know.
All right, well, good luck with the girls. Later, dude.
Later, bro. Peace out, everyone. Patrick, you get the last note unless someone says a banger real quick. See you guys next week.